the day
He
to
was.
Brownstone. To Brownstone. I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
my
yes.
girl.
I
I need
love
to
that.
follow. I don't know if I follow some of y'all. I need to make sure because I know I follow Darius and Chastity for sure, but I need to follow the rest.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
All day, every day. All right, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Chastity Buckley. I'm the host of Midnight R&B Edition, Hamas Midnight Love BT, where I give all my flowers to all my R&B artists, singers, songwriters, and producers, y'all. And tonight is the night. Y'all know this is my favorite album of all time from my number one group of all time. Destiny's Child, fifth album, Destiny Fulfilled. And I have some amazing people tonight on the panel. I am honored and truly excited to talk about this amazing album from Destiny's Child that actually just celebrated 20 years, November 16, 2004. I know, look, I know, y'all, we all old, but hey, we still look good. And I'm so honored to have all these people tonight on this amazing panel. And I want to start with the lady first, Camille. Introduce yourself and your platform and everything that you do.
Well, hello, Chastity. Thank you for having me. Like she said, my name is Camille. I am I'm a half, let's say, of a music podcast entitled My Sister's Jam. It is hosted by myself and, you guessed it, my sister, my older sister, Missy. So we just laugh and talk about all of our favorite music. We are music lovers. We have never claimed to be musicians. Let me get that straight. We are not. We are not musicians. We are music lovers. We are music fans. And so that's what our podcast is about. We just celebrate all of the artists and the songs that we love. So that's our platform. You can, of course, find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, under My Sister's Jam. Our podcast goes back about, we'll say like 40 something. We're close to 50 episodes. So you can find it on Spotify or YouTube. More recently, we got on YouTube. So the more recent episodes are visual. So that's us.
Thank you.
Yes,
all right, my
thank you
love.
for having me.
I think the right, left side of me. I don't know which side I'm gonna be going because cast goes. Mr. Dress and Rest, let them know who you are, my love.
What's up, guys? I am Darius, aka Mr. Dress and Rest, host and CEO of Brunch Buddies, what used to be Soulful Sundays. We do all things Black entertainment and celebrating it. And then I'm also the CEO and founder of Hardcore Glam Productions, where I am a celebrity creative director. Some of the artists you might have seen me with, Allure, SWV, so forth and so on, all the girl groups. So I'm your guy.
Love it.
Thank you. All right, my love, my Shawn. Let them know who you are.
My name is Shawn, of course. Shawn of 90s Mood. So what I do, I post a lot of your classic, underrated jams pertaining to 90s R&B. So I've been doing this about like 6 years, going on 7. So it definitely changed my life, and I just love to share the knowledge of music, and to be on this panel with y'all is just an honor. So yeah, just a little bit of that.
Oh,
Nice.
Thank you, Shawn. And we're saving the best for last, my boo. Just thanking himself, Mr. Temujin. Let everybody know who you are, my love.
My name is Temujin Scott. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, all day. Now I live in Pennsylvania. Anyway, I'm the music lover in this group. I also sing. I love music. You go to my page, it's Mr. Temujin Scott. It's nothing but music and positive quotes. So I can't wait to get into this discussion with y'all about Destiny Fulfilled.
Yes, God. Praise him, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much, guys, for introducing yourself. Thank you so much, guys, for introducing yourself. And then, just like Tim just said, today we will be talking about Destiny's Child, fifth album, Destiny Fulfilled. And I just want to get a quote, question and quotes about everything, how you feel about this album from the time from 2004 to 2024, 20 years ago, about the sound and everything has changed and what the impact it has done. So I want to do ladies first, and Miss Camille, I'm going to start with you first with question number 1. So I want to ask you, how were you introduced to Destiny's Child, and what was your first impression of them on their music and their impact to you in your life?
Woo, where do you start? Well, at the beginning, I guess. So I was, of course, familiar with their first album, the self-titled album, but I didn't actually become what I would call like a really active Destiny's Child fan until Writings on the Wall. So that came out in 99. I was still young, right? But when I tell y'all I played that album out and I was in the 4th grade, I was in all the fourth grade, and I'm like, this is it. This is it for me. So, like, I know writings on the wall from top to bottom, inside out, backwards. I can sing it any direction you want me to. And so many of my core like childhood memories are attached to that album. Like, I don't know if we got time for a story already, but I got a couple stories. I got a couple stories. Let's just keep it short. Temptation on Writings on the Wall. That song, y'all. We all know that song, right? It's a jam. It's a vibe, and I understand a little bit better now that I'm grown. But in the fourth grade, something sad happened at school, and we thought this was a sad song. So we're like trying to comfort our classmate, and by playing Temptation over and over and over. And looking back, I'm like, this did not help this baby. Like, she was going through something traumatic, and we like, I know you see me watching you. Like, no, this is not okay.
What are they singing right now? Right.
Like, what is this? But I mean, it fit the vibe. It fit the vibe. When you're little, you don't really know what's going on. But that's definitely when I started to form my relationship with Destiny's Child all the way back then. And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't ended.
Thank you for that. Love that. And I definitely know the story on the backdrop. So if you ever hear my sister's podcast, you find out the meaning of what Camille is talking about, y'all. It's very traumatic. And I was very shocked. I was like, wow. But I love that. Thank you so much. But Mr. Dresser Darius, same question. How were you introduced to Destiny's Child, and what impact did they have on your life when you first were introduced to them as well?
Oh, I mean, like everyone else, who could deny that first album, the first image of them? No. I mean, and then to have the remix with Wyclef Jean, I mean, that like one of the hottest songs on the radio. You can hear it everywhere. And I think for myself, seeing them, I felt like, okay, this is going to be my generation's In Vogue.
Okay.
I felt like this is going to be my generation's In Vogue, because we had In Vogue, and In Vogue is, I mean, they are the
blueprint,
top tier, right?
Yeah.
But we hadn't seen anything like that until Destiny's Child came along. To have several girls that could really take lead, that was in the heels, the way they were dressed, the femininity, like just fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were just giving it. And by the time that second album came, the Writing on the Wall, like, that was crazy. I mean, that is one album that I can say I can listen to from beginning to end, no skips. I'm going straight through. Like, it is a vibe. And they were a huge part of my childhood, because you gotta remember, like, when that album came out, that second album, I mean, it went from Bills to No Scrubs from TLC. They were like the two songs that you just kept hearing. And, I felt like that second half of the 90s, like that later half, Destiny's Child had the foot on the girls' necks. Like, I mean, they didn't come to play, like, just vocally, the presentation, just, we hadn't seen that in a while, prior to In Vogue. But of course it makes sense, because they later had the Frank Gaston who worked with In Vogue. You know what I'm saying? So it just made sense. And up all the way through, there's not one album that I don't have of Destiny's Child. It's not one. I have every album. Solid.
Solid. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Darius. So, Shawn, same question. How were you introduced to Destiny's Child, and what impact did they have on your life when you first saw them?
So I wasn't introduced to DC in like 97, 98. I was later, because I was born 96, so I only got a chance to experience a glimpse of them. So I remember just like sitting down like 4 or 5 years old and just watching like Bugaboo, Say My Name, Bills. That's the era that's how I got introduced to DC. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what instantly grabbed my attention was their style. I feel like image plays an impact into the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because it just grabs your attention. So immediately it was the style, the way they dressed. Shout out to Miss Tina knows for that, you know.
Yes.
So that's how I kind of get introduced, and then like the singles and everything, like that's kind of how I just flowed into it. So later on, I started to appreciate more so the albums because I wasn't like I was too young to fully grasp DC. But then once I got it, like probably like a little bit like 5th, 6th grade, and got a little bit older, I started getting to their catalog more. So I feel like their impact definitely helped shape the way I love music a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, it was so many girl groups, so many even guy groups. It was just so many, but I felt like DC Destiny's Child stood out against them all. And to just have, not knocking all the other groups, but just saying you have like more so like people that us. You know what I'm saying? People that look like us in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that's kind of how I kind of got introduced, and their impact just, made me just love music even more, down to the harmonies and everyday style. So yeah, all of that.
I love that. Those are the people in the chat. I see the people in the chat. They looking. Yes, thank y'all. Mari, yes, their image was everything, and they had the right people around them. I do agree with that. Absolutely. I love my sister Jam. Look, shout out to your sis. Social image is everything. And we have JR with the shady comment. Look at him. He said, yes, they do. We fancy them. Catch it.
Yeah, we caught that, JR. We caught that.
Yes.
Shout out to JR.
So now, Temujin, same question to you, my love. When was the first time you were introduced to Destiny's Child, and what was your first impression of them when they first came out?
Well, I was a little older. So I was 17 going on 18 when their first album came out.
Yes.
So at first I thought Destiny's Child was a little older. I said, oh, okay. When I realized we were around the same age, I was like, oh, okay. It was a little surprised. But to everybody else's point, the writings on the wall was when I got hit in the chest. Right. So at the time, I thought I was grown. I used to, in the words of T.S. Madison, I used to tiptoe down to the city in New York. I used to get on the train with my fresh pair of batteries. From the man on the train, you get them for $1. And I would play that album from top to bottom every day. Hey, Ladies, Temptation, the one she did with they did with RL, all of those songs. If You Leave Her, right?
Yes.
Man, that whole album, like me and my friends had copies. So yeah, and their impact, I mean, obviously they were everywhere. They were mature. And to Darius's point, they did remind me of the presentation and the sound like in Vogue. It was very mature. So I stuck with them. I've been with them ever since.
I love this. Y'all feel it, yes. Well, I can say my introduction to Destiny's Child is kind of like the same Camille and Darius. Definitely for sure. I was in 4th grade as well, 3rd, 4th grade-ish. And I just remember these 4 Houston girls. Now, y'all was living in Dallas, Texas at the time. So I relate to them because we both were Texans. And I was just like, ooh, these some beautiful girls, all shades of brown, just gorgeous. But baby, once we got the writings on the wall, I said, child, I love you, TLC. I love you to death, but these are my girls. And it was relatable, like I said, too, because me coming from, Texas, growing up there, and seeing, a girl who come from Texas, it was very different because, like, everybody's saying we had En Vogue, we had SWV, we had TLC, we just had a plethora of girl groups. And I think for these 4 young teenage girls to come through and just make a way for themselves, it was really great. And I've interviewed a lot of people that work with them, like, they really, really worked hard in the beginning. Like I said, they like started when they were like 9, it was Girls Time. And then, once they transitioned to that, then they became Destiny's Child. And, just seeing the determination and all this stuff they had, it was just great. But for me, like Camille, once Bill came out, I was like, dang, my girls look good. But once we got to say my name, bye. It just was like, it was a whirlwind. It was just amazing. And then, like y'all was saying, it was hit after hit after hit after hit. It was like that machine was so huge. I mean, 8 million copies later, like we still talking about it. It's almost at diamond status for that album alone. Yeah, to really set the tone for girl groups. And I have to give a big shout out to Roddy Jerkins, because Roddy Jerkins, I feel like gave him that sound. Because when we talk about the album and everything, we talk about the deep cuts, the one song that really kind of catapulted them, even though we had Bills and was number 1 song, but Say My Name was the one that kind of opened the door to these superstars. So for me, when I seen that, I was just excited and I was just, happy with everything. And, we had a little shift with group members around the time. So once that happened, things were changing. But for the most part, I think what Destiny Child did from the beginning to what we see now, they always stay true to themselves. And that's what I love about the group as a whole. But not even that, even with that now, all 5 of them trying to come together now is just a beautiful thing. So I love it.
Yes.
All right. So next question, my people. So Camille, same question. Well, next question number 2. How do you think the group's decision to come back together after their solo projects influenced the emotional depth and storytelling of Destiny Fulfilled? Yes, God. And also, to part of this question, how do you think their individual growth during their solo careers enhanced the group dynamic and performance on this album? So kind of like from the transition from Survivor to Destiny Fulfilled, how was it when they kind of went apart? And now asking the question, how was it? How do you think it was for their transition to come back together? How do you feel about it?
Right. So I don't know if I think it was so much them spending some time solo that really influenced what we see on this album as far as like the emotional depth and whatnot. But I really think it's simply the fact that they were growing and maturing as women during that time. So taking that little hiatus to grow just as a person and not even as a music artist or anything, just have some more experiences as a woman and whatnot. I think that's what really did it. And as for like the dynamic and performance on the album, now that of course, I think the most obvious difference in this album compared to the prior albums is that it showed so much of a more balanced display of their talent, right? So like, I think that going solo gave each of them kind of the opportunity to explore who they were as artists and kind of find out what they were capable of, without working in those boundaries of a group. Because I mean, I've been in a singing group, but I would believe that it holds you back. Trying to work, I mean, like that, you can relate that to going to school or anything else. You work in a group, you can't do it all, right? You can't be the only person shining. You can't do whatever. You can't really, you got to give other people a chance to do something, right? When you're in a group. So I think maybe that part of going solo allowed them to kind of expand and be like, oh, okay, like I can do this, or I got this talent that I was never able to really explore. So I love that. And of course, I mean, with that, I enjoy so much about this album that there's not a whole lot of like main character energy going on. It's not, Beyonce's not starting every song. Like we got all 3 of them having the chance to shine all throughout this album. And I adore that. Like definitely my favorite part of this album.
Oh, that is great. I love in the chat people saying Dark Child 99. Yes, Dark Child 99. I love Amara. Amara said they all make their presence felt with their music style and visual.
Yes.
JR, he said we need an R&B album after Survivor. A lot of people did feel that way. And I love what my sister Jam said. I miss groups, period.
Me too.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, Darius, same question. How do you think the group's decision to come back together after their solo projects influenced the emotional depth and storytelling of Destiny Fulfilled? And also, how do you think their individual growth during their solo careers enhanced the group dynamic performance on this album they were coming back for?
Well, I'll say this. I'll definitely have to agree with Camille on the fact that they had to go and live, right? You gotta understand, Destiny Child had been a running machine for over a decade, right? They had been hitting the ground running. We're talking about an album at the max, a new album every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Because this is back when you could run an album for 2 years, right? Put out several singles, feel pushed, tour off of it, so forth and so on. So I felt like, yes, they had the opportunity to really grow as women. But I do feel like their time as solo artists, it did help them come back vocally stronger. All three, because they had to learn how to stand by themselves, right? So, which means now when I come back to the group, it's like I'm not just the little girl. Like I am a full-fledged woman that has lived. I had my own success, and I think that Beyonce noticed that too. Like, you know what? Like, I don't gotta do as much as I used to. I could really just, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, all 3 ladies, if you look at those credits, they were all writing. They all put the pen to the paper, you know what I'm saying? And let it be known, like, their own experiences and their thoughts. And so I feel like it was a well compilated album that really showed all three ladies, you know, like them as a group, but them as individuals. And I felt like by us experiencing them as solo artists, we now, like, even in harmonies, I could hear Michelle easily. Oh, there she go. Right there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, to be honest, like, I love the whole album, but I felt like with Survivor, though we heard all three, I felt like it was the album that was as successful as it was. I feel like that was the album that was like, let's hurry up and get an album that has Michelle on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Yep. Versus Destiny Fulfilled. That is Michelle's album, okay? Like, nobody say,
hands down.
Album. That is her album. Okay, I don't care. Every part she got is
takes it home.
It is the moment of the song. You cannot say, like, that album right there was when they said, okay, we are grown women. We're going to give you nothing watered down, real live R&B, and we're going to take it back. Like, we're going to sing down.
Preach.
And that's what happened. And they sang their butts off, because at this point, it was like, we've done all the crossover, pop, mainstream stuff. Let's go back to the roots. Let's get to R&B. I want people in their bag. I want people in their feelings. I want people to understand, like, to really relate to us. Like, this is what life is, you know? And so I feel like that time apart really did help them grow vocally, emotionally, the topics, the wording. I mean, even think about the samples that they use. They went back to the old, like, they,
Preach.
Y'all went into a different bag with that. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like at this point they said, we've done it all. So our destiny has been fulfilled.
Darius, I'm done with you. Michelle on these bridges are a match.
Amen.
Destiny Fulfilled. Amara said Destiny Fulfilled really had equal contributions from Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle, an incredible body of work. I do agree.
Absolutely.
Oh, JR, no, I'm not going to read your shady comment. Survivor is my number 3 in the catalog. Yeah, a lot of people do say Survivor, but like Darius said, it was big and successful. It was just a proof of the point to bring Michelle and the group together. I do agree with that.
Yes.
All right, Shawn, saying, I'm sorry, what was it, Temujin?
And just the crossover.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got to have that one, like, big crossover pop like album.
Yeah.
And the timing was perfect.
It really was.
It was.
Perfect for it.
Bootylicious is still in the dictionary to this day. So after all that, what can you
gotta let it, right?
You gotta shake your jelly, baby. You gotta shake your jelly.
Jelly.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, Shawn, same question. How do you think the group's decision to come back together after their solo projects influenced the emotional depth and storytelling of Destiny Fulfilled? And also, how do you think the individual growth during their solo career enhanced the group's dynamic on this
album? I would like to say the ladies had to mature.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Camille and Darius. Like, the ladies had to really, really mature. And I think, you know, I listened to all of their solo projects, you know, before the Destiny Fulfilled. So I actually got a chance to be like, okay, I get to see what their sound was like. You know what I'm saying? So I think what really happened, they had to grow. And then plus they was kind of going in their own dynamic of sound. And once they got back together, it's like they got a chance to see what the solo success was like and to really understand what to do. And they brought that together into this album. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like the ladies had to grow, and they also had to figure their own sound and their own influence. And they all been around each other during their solo success. So they all played a part into what we got is Destiny Fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. I feel like, to me, it was like a lot of homework. A lot of homework that had to be, you know, brought into it, and especially in their life, personally, what they was going through, brought into the Destiny Fulfilled, because now they was coming like young women. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were coming into their own and actually get a chance to kind of really talk about what they really want to talk about. Not saying that they, you know, Rhinos on the Wall, they had their fair share too, but Destiny Fulfilled, to me, that's a different story. You know,
t-shirts.
like,
they want to be in t-shirts and stuff.
Yes, t-shirts, you know, they want to be free, they want to be loved, they want to be, you know, everything. So I do feel like yeah, it played a impact. They solo definitely played an impact into their album.
I love that. I love JR's comment. JR says Destiny Fulfilled was grown as hell. They were getting it in, and Brooklyn was in the house.
Oh my God.
He like the boys up top from the PK. Yeah.
Hey.
Beyonce made that too obvious. Amari says Destiny was the right way to finish their time together as Destiny's Child. One of the best-selling girl group albums of all time. I do agree. All right, excuse me. Temujin, same question. How do you think the group's decision to come back together after their solo projects influenced their emotional depth and stories on the Destiny Fulfilled? And how do you think their individual growth came together during their solo careers and enhanced the group's dynamic and performance on Destiny Fulfilled, the album?
Ooh, I just wanted to like give them a shout out for all of that they did during their solo time. Their resumes are steeped. So you have Broadway, you have solo albums, you have Grammys, you have clothing lines, you have books, you have all of the things, right? Plus, during that time, I remember Kelly was engaged, so she was in love. And Beyonce was all in love with Jay-Z. So I think they incorporated all of that into this record, but you definitely heard the vocal growth. And like you said, equal contribution to it felt like a group record. And it was interesting. And then their references, I think they said that they wanted to channel SWV.
They did. SWV, the emotions.
And the emotions.
The emotions. Oh yeah, and Jodeci. Jodeci was one too.
And Jodeci. Okay. So to Darius's point, I mean the sample usage from the Dramatics to Melba Moore to Natalie Cole, everything was just right lyrically, and it literally does tell a story. Especially from track 3 to 11, it just goes. It's no skips. No skips.
Zero skips.
Shout out to Neltron. No skips.
Yes, God. No skips. I just the only thing I just will backtrack and say I love all y'all's answers. It was amazing and great, and I do agree. They definitely had to branch out because I feel like when you're not saying like separately, but once you're together, you become a big influence. And I feel that once the ladies, and I want to give Kelly Rowland a shout out, like she was the first to have a #1 hit, and Darius, thank you for that, because a lot of people do kind of just say Dangerously Love, Beyonce's solo album, was the one that really opened the door, but we have to give it to Kelly because once Dilemma came out with her and Nelly, it was just a huge thing for them to open and branch out. And once they did that, okay, then you got Michelle, the best-selling gospel group album of 2002. She had that, Hearts of Yours. Then you got Beyonce coming out with Dangerously in Love. She's competing with hip-hop with 50 Cent. I feel that at that time alone, seeing them branch out was just amazing because, everybody's like, excited, still representing Destiny's Child. But at the same time, it's them to find their own niche and their own thing. Because I feel that if you think about it, Kelly had the Rich Harrison sound, and then it went to Beyonce, and then all that bringing it to Soulja. Then your time with Michelle, with her gospel album with Enter With Love, it gives that all the influences from their solo debuts. So looking back at this time, it's like, wow, they really, really took what they had their own. Because I always feel like Speechless opened the door for T-shirts. So when you look at those, like, wait a minute, hold up.
I know my sister gonna pop up in the comments on this. My sister, I hate to interrupt you, but that's my sister's thing.
I said, wait a minute, the girls is really getting grown. I had to kind of catch myself, but I didn't think at the time. And I feel that once they came back as Destiny Fulfilled, the girls had Cinnamon L, Beyonce Blonde, Kelly got long hair. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't the writings on the wall.
Kelly gave you big hair. Kelly gave you big hair. Big hair.
Yeah, they were the Supremes of 2040. You hear me?
They gave you big. But do you remember? Do you remember their? I think it was their cover. Was it on Ebony or Times where they literally dressed up as the Supremes?
Oh, that was Vibe magazine.
Vibe. Yes,
that was good. That was good.
Iconic.
Yes, it was.
Baby, what?
They were paying homage to, like, I feel like they were paying homage to every girl group. Like, they were paying homage to where they came from.
Yes. I felt like even as big as every other, especially TLC, because TLC had reached crazy success, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like Destiny's Child was the group that finally, especially for Black girls, right? For Black girl groups that finally got we get it now. We get it, because I felt like we were getting the hits, right? I felt like the people knew, like they knew what it was, right? We're getting it, but I felt like they said, okay, you know what? We gotta stop sleeping on these Black girls, okay?
Right.
Because they are knocking down doors. I mean, we're talking about TRL is up on one, like 106 in Park. We're talking
Oh yes.
and endorsements, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Endorsements, like
McDonald's.
we hadn't seen Black girls get endorsements like that since In Vogue, but like DC, it was like multiple endorsements, like
Booked and
back to
busy.
back to back to back
Candies.
to back.
Remember Candies?
Yes. Yes. Which
Ooh.
then like took them to a whole nother
Mm.
level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I
agree.
do feel like, you know, by the time they came back, it was kind of like, what else could y'all do? And then y'all just knocked us over our heads because it was like, oh, listen, I'm about to give you just straight R&B.
Mm.
I'm gonna sing down, flat-footed, because which is smart. You gotta think about it. Y'all need an album like that because if you ever decide to get back together, right,
I think
and
they
to
will.
do
I
a
think they
show,
will. I think
right?
they will. Mm-hmm.
If you ever decide you need songs where, baby, we could just stand pretty and sing, okay? Because I don't have time to boom boom cat with you, with you girls.
Too
I'm
old
like
now.
60 years
My
old.
knees ain't right.
You know what I'm saying? Give me this mic. Let
Mm.
me sing cater to you and go on home. Like I
Yes,
don't got
God.
time to be doing all that.
Do a little
You know what I'm saying?
sachet and then go home. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was that album. We needed that album for so many
I agree.
different reasons. That album stamped it as okay, you all will become a legacy act. You are a legacy. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
think about it. A lot of girl groups don't need a whole lot of albums
No.
to stamp their mark. If you got solid bodies of work,
Come on, Darius.
You
Preach
good.
now.
Mhm.
I'm about to run around.
Next.
Don't start. Don't
Just
start.
saying.
I'm just saying.
I
I
agree.
save all this for my girl Chad. I save all this for
Baby,
Chad.
I'm happy you did
Okay.
because I know how much you offer the groups, the girls
Yes.
today. So
I
look,
save all of this juice. Yes.
yes.
I'm here for
All
it.
right. Thank you so much, guys. So the next question, number 3. So I'm gonna go to Temujin this time. Temujin, I'm going to
Okay.
So the early 2000s saw a significant shift in R&B. So this is kind of like our crunk and B era we're gonna be talking about.
Mhm.
How did you think Destiny's Child used this album to redefine their sound while staying true to their roots of R&B? Kind of like what Darius was just saying a few minutes ago. So we're in this shift of now crunk and B era. This is what 2004.
Mhm.
This is the year of Usher. So this
Yes.
sound is coming in. I want you to like have an understanding. What was the significance of Destiny's Child? How did you think they redefined with this album, and how did you feel that they stayed true to their roots with R&B? Because this was supposed to be like an R&B album that was their whole goal and focal point.
That part. That's
Mm.
exactly what they did. They kept
Yeah.
it R&B. They sang. They had vocals and harmonies and arrangements and all the things and bridges and verses. They brought it back to R&B. And they brought the class back, and it just the whole rollout of this album was just, you know, as Elise, shout out to Elise, as she would say, I was there. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they were intentional in saying, no, we're gonna bring it back to singing. We're gonna show them what we got and show them who we are, and we're gonna give it to them. And the thing is, they went out on top. They didn't like. It wasn't kind of whackish. No, it was solid.
Yeah.
It was top tier. So I think that's what they did. They said, no, we're gonna do us. We're gonna be over here singing and harmonizing and doing all the things.
Like the
And
greats.
let y'all know, like, y'all know who we are. That's exactly what they did, in my opinion.
Oh, catch it.
I don't play about my girls now. I don't play about my girls.
Okay. Omar says the vocals, harmonies, and bridges were so on point on Destiny Fulfilled. Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle delivered from their day one fans. Amen.
Listen.
Hey T, and the album aged to perfection. Yep.
What's up,
And
P?
so the sequencing. Oh yeah, the sequencing was great. We'll talk about the sequencing. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So Shawn, same question. So significance of the 2000s. We talked about this crunk and B era. How did you feel that Destiny's Child defined their sound with this album? And did you feel that they stay true to their roots?
I do feel like they did. I feel like it's like, you know, with certain eras, it's always an influence, especially with sound, because the sound is always changing. You know what I'm saying? So we did get the crunk and era. You know, you get Sierra, you know, Usher, you know, Ludacris. I mean, it's so many. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like with DC, I honestly feel like they were gonna stay true to themselves regardless how the sound was gonna change.
Right.
Because they already knew their sound. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like nothing really has much has changed but the sound far as like vocally, they were growing. They were really like coming into their own. So I honestly felt like, you know, it really didn't for me, which in my opinion, I feel like it didn't take much. It was just more so like, hey, the sound changing, let's figure out how to do this, and let's just stay true to ourselves. I really feel like it wasn't hard because they've been doing it for so long.
Right.
That I felt like it wasn't something, it was like
what do we do now?
Like it was put together like a year ago. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they already knew they sound and what fit. So it wasn't hard, in my opinion.
I respect that. All right, so Maura said love and relationships were a central theme all throughout Destiny Fulfilled. I agree. JR says they know they were hit us over the head with the lose my breath for the sound. I mean, it fit. It sounded like Crockett B, so it fit. And I love how they let Michelle eat on those bridges. My goodness.
That's my girl.
Yes,
that's my baby.
She ate down.
You want to find a world took together for that diehard fans felt like the perfect way to include that their time together as Destiny Child. I do agree with that in 2005.
That tour was everything.
Oh Lord, don't get me started, y'all. I'm over because I never did go. Don't remind me.
We'll talk about it. Look.
I got the DVD.
I didn't. That's the one I didn't get was the DVD. So there's same question to you. How did you feel that Destiny Child defined their sound in the 2000s with the shift changing, and also do you feel like they stay true to their roots?
This for me or for Temujin?
No, it's for you, boo.
Oh, okay. Now I want to make sure. So you know, like to be honest, like that was a very interesting time in R&B music. Like it really was a shift. Because if we can be very transparent, we didn't have as many groups anymore, right? So the girls that they looked up to or came in the game with were no longer, right? We now have solo artists, but we really didn't have like, and this is my opinion, we didn't have singers.
Thank you.
At that time. They was cute. They were cute.
It was cute.
They were what, Darius?
They were cute.
They were
They
what?
were humming.
They was,
you know,
they
DC
was
were
cute.
humming.
They was cute.
They was cute.
I love it.
They were cute. I'm not taking away nothing from the girls. I'm not taking that. We had bops. It was a vibe, but they were not singers.
I agree.
Destiny's Child is singers.
That's right.
Okay, they stand flat-footed and sing. They reference themselves under groups like The Emotions, the Jones Girls, In Vogue, SW. You know what I'm saying? Those are singing groups. Okay, so I felt like they were kind of in a place where, like, okay, we're not about to dumb ourselves down, right? However, we do need to make sure that we can blend in with this time. And thinking about, remember, we were still coming off of the hype of Drumline, right?
That's
the
true.
movie. So a lot of music referenced that drum HBCU kind of, you know, band kind of sound, not just in R&B, but even in hip hop. Little Kim with the Jump Off and so many different other songs. And, you know, and Rich Harrison definitely had that instrumentation. So we had like the A. Marie. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. So I felt like Destiny's Child knew, okay, we got to have something that's going to capture the people, right? We need that up tempo because they already knew this album is straight mids and ballads, straight ballads. So we got to have at least one, you know what I'm saying, to capture the people because I still need my place on TRL. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I still need my place on 106 and Park, so I got to give them something a little bit upbeat. And then, you know, so as they do that, it is kind of like, okay, I kind of gotta shift a bit, but still make sure that I'm singing down. Still make sure that the vocals are there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with songs like Lose My Breath, like we love it, right? It's a hit. However, when we get to that album, that ain't the first song you really going to.
Track
Like,
three,
we going,
track three, track
like,
three.
we going to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, we going to If.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
T-shirt.
We want a t-shirt. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We going to those type of
Through a
Three-part
love.
songs. And I've always said, anybody who knows me, when it comes to girl groups, every girl group has that one album that I consider their grown woman album.
Yes, there you said this every y'all.
I've been saying it for
Yep.
years. Every group has that
Yes.
one album that is like, y'all real grown now. Like, this is grown. Like, you can make babies off of this. You can
Amen.
cry off of this. You can like hit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I felt like this was that album where we got all of that, and it shifted the sound, because I feel like it helped bring R&B back.
Amen.
Right.
What?
It brought R&B back.
We were in the
Like,
drought.
that's what I feel like it did. It brought R&B back.
I love
Yes.
it. Oh, Camille, same question, my love. So, how did you feel around the 2000s, this crunk and beat era? Did you feel like Destiny's Child stayed true to their roots? And also, how did you feel when they got into the sound in 2004?
Yeah, so I feel a lot of the same ways that Darius does, right? So I do think they stay true to their roots, especially like thematically, right? Like they still own relationships and romance and love and that sort of thing, which is what we have been seeing from them. But I do think that they found a good way to kind of go along with what was going on at that time.
Yeah.
You know, the trends of R&B kind of going into, especially like we've mentioned Usher quite a bit here. So I see a lot of connections with this album and Confessions in regards to like it being so much more like storytelling and personal and vulnerable and, you know, whatever. It definitely leans into that, which I feel like was a thing, a shift happening in R&B at that time. And then also saying what we were saying about like crunk and B and whatnot, it's giving them also knowing that they needed to tap into that, especially like with Lose My Breath and Soldier. They knew, okay, we got to give people something to dance to with Lose My Breath. Same as Usher knew he had to put out, right? You can't make the whole thing be just too many feelings and whatnot. So I do feel like they did a good job of giving a little bit of balance. Okay, we got T.I., we got Wayne, we got a dance hit, we got all of this that's going to give everybody something. But for the real R&B people, y'all gonna play number 3 through 11.
Talk about it, Camille.
And that's it.
Camille.
And that's it. So like I think they did a beautiful job of kind of balancing and figuring out where they fit in that new space.
I agree. I always said this. 2004 to me, I feel like, you know, that was the year of R&B. Like R&B went pop. It just like music changed forever. And the reason why I always sometimes bring Usher up, because obviously, you know, he was the head of this, you know, with this crunk and beat sound. But I love what you and Darius, Camille and Darius said, like they had to fit in. And I feel like, think about it, Sean Garrett was a part of So they're using Sean Garrett for Lose My Breath and Soldier and all these songs that's really kind of making sense to tying in what they were going to do. But what I do love about them, they wasn't trying to fit with them. They had their own glamour style, like Darius said. They were being the En Vogue. They were being the Springs. They were being very glamorous versus to where we had crunk and beat, where people were just crop tops, you know, paying, you know, the whole after 5 gear with the jeans,
low cut jeans,
jacket with the fur.
With the
fur hoodie,
with all that going on. But I will say this: what set Destiny's Child apart is they just wanted to do their thing and just sing. So with them being singing with a hardcore beat, they never lost the touch of what it was with singing. Like they had their own little rap, whatever like that. Not too much rapping, but you can tell they was trying to fit in with the sound, but they wasn't trying to be the sound. And like you said, with Soldier, they just want to get those pop songs out. But once we got the K to You and Girl, those are the empowerment songs, and those are the songs that really navigate where the album was going. But you know, like I said, once we got that and shit, game over. Hell, it was game over for me because I love that whole song, period, too. So
it was the gravy. It was the season.
The gravy on top. I love what Keller said. Keller said it definitely was. And we want to say, hey, wish her well, wish her nothing but love. We love you, Kel. It definitely was that mature album, like Darius said, that grown woman album. It was released my senior year, carried over into college, my young adult years, and it was very relatable once I started experiencing more life situations. I hear that a lot from a lot of people. Like a lot of people said when they were young, they didn't get it. But as adults, they're like, oh, now as like I get it. They dressed like that in the Soldier video. Oh, Lord, yeah, I love that Soldier. And we want to shout out 912 911. Yes, he did play the role producing 3 songs on the album, including the bonus track Game Over. I do agree with that. 911 did come with a sound that really
his samples,
made him fit.
His sample choices were top tier.
Perfect. And like Beyonce said, and I remember he said in the interview with shout out my friend Sample Lounge, he said that Beyonce they really wanted to sound like the Emotions. And I love what Darius said too, that 3-part harmony with SWV, it had to make sense on why they had to be 3-part from when you coming from a quartet from the beginning, and then you coming from a 3-part harmony. And then because like I said, a lot of us didn't know they were gonna, go their separate ways. They had to fit in the sound. How would it be for a person to sing on the first verse, the second verse, and then you got the Queen of Bridges, Michelle, just coming in and just making a formula for a song. So them doing that is like, okay, I see what they were going with. They were not trying to be like nobody else, like Camille and Darius and Shawn and all y'all saying from K to U to Love. That's them.
That's
them. That
and
is
I
them.
feel like they took their time with this album. They took their time. Because I felt like with Survivor, because you got to remember, right before that Survivor album, they just had a lot of success with Independent Woman.
11 weeks of #1.
So it was like, oh, we got to hurry up and finally get a full body of work that has just you 3 girls on it, because y'all have been still working off of
Writings on the Wall.
First 2 albums, right? Especially the Writings on the Wall, which has the 4 original girls. So it's like, we gotta get something where you have the sound of Michelle incorporated into the, so what does that sound like with you 3?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, y'all go, y'all do y'all thing individual. And think about it, like they all work with so many different people during their individual times. Like, so by the time you come back together, and then shout out to Beyonce, because she vocal produced the hell out of this album. Okay. Okay. She knew where to place the girls. She knew. She said, I'm gonna put you right here, Kelly. Michelle, I want you to body every bridge. A bridge over troubled water. Okay. I want you to give me what I need. Take me to church. Like,
take me to the king.
Literally.
Take me to the king.
Like, take me to the king. And yo, they did it because it was like, okay, I don't want us to just go down as being, oh, we sold all these records. I want to be respected as a vocal group, as a vocal powerhouse group, like the greats.
Preach. Look,
Darius is preaching
gems. I can't deal with it.
tonight.
Dropping gems tonight.
Well
I
said.
can't
Come
deal
on,
with
Pastor.
Okay.
I drink to that
communion wine. Come on, communion wine.
Well said. Well said.
It was definitely needed, especially for that crunk beat. You needed something to kind of slow you down.
Yeah, because some girls was mumbling
right.
and whispering.
It was too many fast.
You needed something. You needed something to body roll. You needed to body roll the right way.
Okay. My
I'm
lord.
just saying, because they doing the Matrix and all that. Sing.
Usher, I look, like I said, no, like when I interviewed Michelle's brother, I said, look, Usher came through, but once your sister and them got bye, I was like, bye.
And
that's feel, period.
Let me tell y'all this. I had the opportunity to interview Latavia.
Oh, yeah, you
right?
did.
Oh, nice.
And even she said, because she listens to she had every album, even after her time. She loves Destiny Fulfilled.
What?
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
She herself said that when she heard it, it made sense. She knew this is what we would sound like. Even though she's not on it, this is what DC would sound like at this time.
And I'm sorry, but I could just imagine if Latavia was just sing like if they were together and they just started. I know that if Latavia sings some of them songs, like her, oh my gosh,
Latoya,
she would body them tracks. Like she would body.
Listen,
I agree.
No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. Latoya would have ate them bridges up like Michelle. No shade.
Latoya would have definitely did her thing. Yeah.
She would have ate you up. Oh.
But I gotta hear my girl Michelle. Michelle, baby, says through a love. That's
yes,
that's her.
They would have murdered. But like, I love that they're in this space where they were like, "Yo, I don't care what nobody say. DC, every album is flawless. You know what I'm saying? So I love
Yes.
that they can even say they have that growth to be like, I don't care if I want to know it, the album 8 down.
Yeah.
Album 8. Album
Yep.
8.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't. Oh, I'm done with y'all. All right, we're going to the next question. Y'all know before I'm going to Shawn. I'm going to use Shawn. So I have the question to ask you, my love. The album explores, so we're going to talk about the album. So the album explores themes of love, heartbreak, and redemption.
Mhm.
Which songs do you think best represent this journey? And why do they resonate with fans even 20 years later?
Baby.
Oh, okay. So I love every song on the album. And you know, but I feel like the ones that I truly like, love, Free is one of my favorites. That's
My
like
favorite. It's one of my
I
favorites.
can honestly say it's just when you just getting out of like a relationship, which we all most likely have endured, getting out of a relationship, just trying to find yourself and just trying to
Child.
like, you know, the past and just trying to become into your own. I feel like Free is one of them ones that definitely resonates more with the audience. You know what I'm saying? With their true audience, because it's like we all been through it. Whether if it's just like you in elementary school and you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever the case may be, you still gonna be heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? You're like, dang, like this still hit home. But you know, Free was one of them ones that you just was like, okay, yeah, I can relate to this. And I know y'all, I'm just like a big Kelly stan. So Bad Habit is just one of them ones for me. I love too. Like Bad Habit is one of them classic ones. And I'm like, oh, and shout out to Brian Michael Cox. Brian Michael Cox for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you know, Bad Habit was one of them ones. But yeah, it definitely resonates with this era. Well, in this era of what we're in now today, because you know the album just turned 20. So I do feel like you know you can always go back because everything that you go through, it's I feel like it's always a cycle. You know what I'm saying? If you already went through it, somebody else going through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a cycle when you're going through relationships, things in your life, death, anything of the matter. You know, it's always a cycle. So I do feel like, you know, this is an album that I can be like, oh, I can play this for my kids, or I can play this for the future generation, the next generation when I'm in my 40s or 50s. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a classic. It's timeless.
Yes. Praise God. Love
Come
that.
on, Shawn.
Same question, Camille. Same question. The album explores themes of love and heartbreak. Which songs do you think best represent this journey, and why do they resonate with fans 20 years later?
So it was definitely hard to pick because the whole album, right? The whole album is going to resonate. And like I've mentioned this on our podcast, on My Sister's Jam, a number of times. One of my favorite things about music, period, is how, what's the word? Pliable it is. I don't know how you
Cohesive?
can apply it to your life at so many different times, in so many different ways. And it's like, maybe when I listened to this in high school, I was relating to part of it. And maybe when I listened to it when I was 25, something else stood out. And maybe when I listened to it when I was 30, it was something else. And so I think what they did with this album and that span of the whole relationship from the beginning, you know, number one, okay, we at the club or whatever we doing and lose my breath, and we turned up and we finding somebody and we falling in love and we going through the breakup and we going through the freedom and everything. It's just like all of that is gonna resonate with someone. But to pick the songs, I picked pretty much all the ones that Shawn did. I did say If, definitely If, Bad Habit, Free, and then also Cater to You. I think Cater to You is really a timeless one from this album. A lot of people just still love that. And it's not one of my favorites off the album personally, which is crazy, but I mean, it's definitely huge for people. I think everybody still relates to that song. And for me personally, If is the one. It's the one for me. And I'm like, I feel like I never wanted to go through relationship problems as bad as I did when I heard this song. I'm like, dang, I want to be like, if I don't pick up the phone like I used to, and I wouldn't even with nobody.
Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal, okay?
Okay.
Listen,
when Beyonce said, hanging around with the raggedy helpers, I was done. I was like, what?
She ate that. She ate that.
Literally.
She ate that. I felt that. I was like, ooh.
And I could not relate at the time, but I mean, some part of me could apparently because I was feeling it. But like when I got to like 23, baby, I could relate. So yeah, I think those are the ones. If especially Cater to You, Bad Habit, Free, those are the ones that are gonna stick with people forevermore, probably.
Yes, there is a question, my love. So, which songs do you think best represent this journey on this album, and why do they resonate with fans 20 years later?
I ain't answer.
Is it your last, boo? Because I'm going around.
Like, don't skip me.
I need to answer. Hold up.
We gonna get to you.
No, you know what? So I can definitely say this album coming out 20 years ago, I was 14.
Yeah.
So it did not hit for me how it hits now, right? I was just a DC fan, like, oh, they back, like it's a vibe, like I'm just singing my heart out, right? Like I would do any other dope album. However, as I am in my chapter 34, and have lived a little bit, if I have to say that, if just because it's like, and that's why I say it's that grown album, because now as an adult, I know what that feels like. I know, like, as I'm hearing those lyrics, I'm like, oh, I live that. I know what that feels like. Oh, she's, when times where you don't even know how to express yourself, but that song, or these songs rather, are the perfect words to express how you are feeling, and you can't quite get it out. So if Free,
I love Free.
but can I just honestly say, Free, I wasn't a fan of Free until this year.
What? Oh wow, that's
you must have went through something. You must have went through something. See that? Then this is what I was saying. It you'll get there. It'll get to that point in your life.
Free is different. You know what I'm saying? Like this was. I leaned more into this album as an adult. Always loved it, but I am noticing, like, even today, in getting ready for this amazing show, I just rode around and was listening to the album, and I'm like, damn,
right?
Like, I'm in my bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a thing. But even now, listening to Cater to You, when I first heard it, I'm thinking like, oh, it's just a sexy song. And of course, we all remember the infamous BET Awards performance, right? So that's where my mind is at. But as a 34-year-old grown man, I received that song so differently. I do want to cater to someone. I want someone to cater to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't feel like I'm losing myself in the process, or it's like I'm no. Like, I want to brush those waves. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to do all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get into it. I want to, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I
make you some grits.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I'm like, okay, like, let me write. Beyonce said, do bop, bop, bop.
Beyonce said
this part, and Michelle carried a one. Okay, like that's where I'm at. So now it is a different kind of feeling for me, because now I get it. Like, oh, this is what that means. So it now really, it helps to shape your mind and how you see things as an adult, and dealing with people and dating and love and relationships. And girl, like, I love my friends so much. Like, listen to that. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is how I feel about my closest of friends.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I feel when I pick up the phone and call Shawn and be like, I cannot believe this. This is like that. Oh, that's what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I feel like it has transcended, because those of us that really grew up with them, we get it now. We get what these songs mean. We get how it transcends into our adulthood.
Baby, collection play gone. Anyway, so I can't. I can't. Temujin, baby, look, Temujin, you go. But what songs you think that's concerning? And why
Listen,
did it
look, Darius. Look, when he said "brush the waves," listen.
I want to put the D-Rag on. I want to put it on for you. I want to put it on.
You want some sausage? You want some biscuits? You want some grits?
Some sausage.
I'll serve you. That's fine. No. I got you. Let me
Literally.
let me watch you eat. Ooh. Oh, I'm okay. I'm sorry.
We're getting sidetracked.
Sorry, guys. Ooh. All right.
Flashbacks.
Not yet. All right. So for me,
I said yes, sauce in the bit. Really, y'all.
Listen.
That's April. That's one of my best friends. April.
Hey, girl.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so
Yes.
I would say "Through with Love." Michelle's verse is like, "Why do I feel so empty?" Like that whole, I'm crying out for some stability. That song "Through with Love,"
And she
love.
wrote that. You know she wrote it.
Right, she ate it, especially live. Free is my free. Just the vocals, the lyrics, the sample usage. Donald Byrd, shout out to Donald Byrd, and then love is just one. Something that personally is something that I desire. So it's like okay, when you what did she say? When you walk in the room, I'm the only one you see.
Yeah.
30 beauties in the room.
30
beauties in the room. Only
30.
The confidence you give lives in me.
Yes.
I'm the one. That means I'm the one and only one.
The 1 and the 2 and the 3, right?
And not the look. What alien superstar? I'm the one, the only one. There you go.
And girl, because I could relate, like Darius said, I have my tribe of people, like a voice note text and be like, I don't understand. And they just be like, you all right, you gonna be okay. We got you. So yeah, those songs for sure.
Oh my God. Well, I feel the ones that resonate for me, and I'm looking at chat because we got some people in the chat. They got Through with Love and Game Over. Oh, baby, Game Over. Child, Game Over is a whole nother breed. It's a whole nother breed. Gerald said Free makes me cry. We got everybody. Hey, Neltron. Neltron's in the chat, y'all. Hey, Neltron. Hey, bro. But the songs that you know what's so crazy? 20 years later, and y'all know I go hard for me some damn t-shirt. That is my song, my pregnancy song. But as I've gotten older now, I love Free. I damn sure love Through with Love. I love Love, and I love Is She the Reason? That goddamn Is She the Reason? Baby, that's the whole life cycle in its own. But for me, more than ever, I love me some Free and If, but that Through with Love, that whole ending of the album just really, really takes you on a journey. And I like we said, like Michelle on the bridges, and I see people in the chat talking about Michelle and them bridges. She eats. But Kelly with the harmonies and Beyonce, and I would say this, and I love somebody had said in the chat, I remember not so long ago when I interviewed Aaron, they loved her bottom voice on Love. Because Beyonce's bottom, and I know it was Beyonce because I'm like, Beyonce don't sing low like that, but she
one of my favorites.
Something about that 3-part harmony. When they studied that goddamn SWV emotion out, they must have studied damn It's About Time. I don't know what the hell all this came in. I was like, what?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. But I feel like I said with the album, it just took you on a beautiful journey. And like we always said, it's not even about womanhood, it's about life experiences in general.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, it's a woman. No. It is a journey of life.
And love.
And love. And just being heartbroken. And I love what I have my question, redemption. Making it through. And just making it through long. I can say 20 years later now as an adult, that you can be in love, but you can learn how to leave out of love when you're going through something. And I just
and love yourself.
And love yourself. And that's what the ending of the last song, Love, is all about. But that's just for Game Over, though. We should have had Game Over on the album. But hey, the UK folks got it, so I ain't mad. All right. So Darius, I'm gonna go to you first, my love. So it's kind of like the same. We talked about the song Represent the Journey. So I want to ask you, what do you think what is your favorite song? Only one song off this album. What do you think is the best song off this album?
I have 4 lined up.
Oh my God, that is not fair.
All right.
That is okay.
Well, you have more.
Okay.
You
My
can
thoughts
open
again.
it. But what do you think? What is your favorite song, and what do you think is the best? That's
Ooh.
Okay.
oh.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Okay.
I'm literally
So
stressed. I'm sorry, this stressing
you
me
see me
out.
over here flustered. Flustered. Okay.
Word.
Seriously though, like not for nothing.
Big Tree.
My favorite song. My favorite song.
Wow.
Yeah, this ain't him some time.
You sound like my
T-shirt.
aspiration in life. That's what
Right.
it sounds like.
T-shirt is actually my favorite song.
That's my tune. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I said, oh wow. It's getting a little sexy, a little raunchy. I love it. T-shirt is my favorite, but the best song on the album is If. It's If. Like,
Yep.
I mean, it's Natalie Cole. Like before y'all even say anything, just the doom 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 doom, 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 and then
Shout out to my girls, Big Draws and Juanita
like
on that song.
It's big draws.
that,
That's right.
Big Draws, baby.
that is
Chanel
a
and
different type of level. Like that, yeah.
And they took it back to that old school form, like that old school structure of song. You remember I used to talk in the back and at the end of the song?
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's when like, you know,
Yes,
like you
Camille,
sing
yes.
every word, even on the speaking parts, you know every part. Like it's just God. Who, you know what, JR, you can go to hell. You know, but yeah, favorite song would be T-shirt, but the best song on the album is If
I agree. I'm me and Darius, same boat. I'm the same thing. I agree. Camille, same question, my love. What do you think? What is your favorite song, and what do you think is the best?
I'm gonna do like a girl.
Regina
Yeah.
Hall, right?
I am overwhelmed. For some reason, I didn't realize this question was going to ask me my singular favorite song. I thought I was going to be able to give a couple. So I'm going to say that my favorite song. Oh, y'all, this is hard. I don't pick favorites, especially when Beyonce is involved. Okay, I just can't do it. I can't do it. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna say today. I might say something different tomorrow. Today, my favorite song on this album is She the Reason?
They're all gonna go off in the chat.
But I'm overwhelmed, and it's definitely tied with like 4 other songs. But I'm just gonna say, Is She the Reason? Is my favorite. Wow. And personally, I think the best song on the album is Through With Love.
Wow.
Okay.
I think it is.
Come on, Camille.
I think it is. I mean, yeah, I think it is. It's just, it's so much intensity in that song. And I think that's what takes it over the edge for me. I just think it was very well done. Very well done.
Shout out to Mario Winans for that. Mario Winans production. He had came out with his solo album, and then he coming with them.
That was hard to answer. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But those are my final answers for right now.
Somebody said definitely Through With Love.
Okay, thank you for the support.
Yes, my favorite is Girl. Michelle Through With Love. Oh wow. Lord. Shawn, question. What is your favorite song off this album? What do you think is the best song off the album?
Okay, my favorite, like I said, it might change because I feel like it's always changing. When you go back and listen to the album over and over again, you're gonna change because you be like, damn, I ain't hear this. You know, so I honestly say If it's probably my favorite. If it's probably my favorite. And then I can say Love is a one that for me is harmony, how they blend together. So Love always for me, when I go listen to it, I'm always listening to their harmonies. I'm always listening to the background because I'm big on that. Once I got the headphones in, I'm gonna listen to the backgrounds and see what's going on
Mhm.
and see who's hitting this note and this note, who's doing this. And I'm like, love, harmony.
Oh,
No, you know I'm gonna send this to Michelle's brother Aaron, so I'm gonna let him know this. You thought it was the best, so I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, that was the best. That honestly, that really was. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Baby, y'all do me some curveballs tonight. I am shocked. I am very shocked. I said, damn, but me and Darius, me and you on the same page. I feel the same way. Same thing. Tim, just same question. What is your favorite song off the album? And what do you think is the best song off the album? Uh-oh.
I love you, Chastity. I just appreciate you and your energy. I really do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you said favorite and best?
Uh-huh.
Well, for me, it's free because I sing, so I love all of the placements and the touches and the all of that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the best song for me is Love.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah.
That thing right there, that thing will put me on somebody's. I just feel like I'm floating on that record. So yeah,
It be
Love.
hitting.
It just
really
hitting. And then when they get to the bridge and they, I thank God for you, and you feel like you're just like you got wings.
Floating.
Yes. So yeah,
Literally.
that's for me.
Baby, Aaron gonna be very shocked. He gonna be like, "What?" And sometimes he never thinks that people love. What? No. I look at the comment section. A lot of people love. I have seen the comment section since the 20th anniversary, and I've noticed a lot of people. This is their favorite song. It shocked me.
The harmonies is really strong on that song. Harmonies is really strong, and I really love the harmonies. And plus, I be like singing, so I be trying to figure out where I should sing it. I be like, they're all doing this, so I'm gonna sing this part. I'm gonna go real low because I'm gonna just sing it really low.
Right.
So I be finding my placements in the song. I'm like, okay, yeah, love that.
Oh my god!
And Chastity, that's one of my favorite Beyonce vocals. Her
Wow.
lower register is like
it's amazing.
I was like, yeah, she needs it. That's nice. That's real nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The bottom. Oh
Mm-hmm.
You let Kelly and Michelle do what they need to do on the song. I was like, do that. Because it was perfection. And I even told Aaron that I said, this is a beautiful ballad, a perfect ballad. It just knocks. But that goddamn t-shirt, woo, Lord praise
got you in the chokehold, don't
you? Yes, God. Yes, Lord. Baby, after KBU, I heard that. I said, wait a minute, what? I said,
no, it's when they blended together.
Yes.
Live.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Michelle's part, right?
Yeah.
You're so deep.
Baby, when I did that on
You're so deep. I'm like, wait a second.
I said, go ahead.
I said, oh wow.
What we talking about?
When you wear a t-shirt, I said, what the hell?
You're so deep. Take it easy. Wait a second. Michelle. I thought you heard a word. Wait a second.
Listen.
They experienced some things before they got to the Destiny Fulfill album. I'm gonna just say
they did. I feel like that was a good cut up session in the studio. Like, girl, like, wow, and was like, okay, song, lyrics, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to the next question, y'all. Oh my god, Number 6. Well, so Camille, this question. So with contributions from producers like Rodney Jerkins, Rock Wilder, Brian Michael Cox, and everybody, Shawn Garrett, who was a part of this, how did Destiny Fulfill stand out in terms of production compared to their early albums? How do you feel?
So I think the production on this album was like a lot more simplistic, I'd say, than prior albums. It was just more stripped down, and it's kind of, I don't know if this is the time to talk about this, but I'll bring up the album art too on this, because that cover is so, bare it all. We strip down. It's just us. It's we coming at you, just the real us. It's not a whole lot of glam going on. Y'all remember the cover. And so I think the production kind of followed that. The same vibe as the album cover. And it's true for most of the tracks on the album. The vocals are the primary thing here. Is like the instrumentation kind of takes like a little bit of a back seat. I mean, except maybe Lose My Breath, that's a lot, but that was again for the time, whatever they needed to kind of fit in, blend in. But the majority of the album, we're seeing this kind of understated vibe, and I love it. Love, 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 love it. And like you mentioned, Rockwilder, like he's on If and Free, and those are definitely top notch. And I'm like, this is amazing work. It's just amazing work from a production standpoint. I just can't get over it. Free, I love when a song makes you feel like you can set a whole scene in your head. Like I think we kind of touched on it with as we've been talking about Free. I hear Free and I again like Tim said, feel like I'm floating. I feel like I'm in the car and I can see like just fresh, crisp blue skies. Like it just feels like I done came out of this breakup and I'm seeing the world so differently now. Like that's what the song sounds like when you come out the eye doctor. I don't know if y'all blind like me. When you come out of
it be real bright.
When you come out of the eye doctor, it's a whole different you like, woo, this trial pair of contacts. I'm seeing stuff in this parking lot that I didn't see on the way in here. That's what Free feels like, right? It feels like I am in a whole new world, and like for them to be able to convey that through the music, it's the vocals, it's the everything. I don't know. I don't know. It's just beautiful. I don't know. I love it.
So Temujin, Darius, he came back. Okay, Darius, you back. All right. So how did you feel from the production standpoint? Destiny Fulfilled stand out in terms of production compared to the early albums?
Oh, it's so different. It was so different. Just how Temujin said, like it wasn't anything extra. It was simple. It was pure. Like it was really just tapping into the harmonies, into the vocals, just letting it be a vibe. Like this was a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from beginning to end, like it was a full body of work. And when you think about the other projects, you had about like, and this is of course a different time, but you had 10, 15, 18 songs on one album. This is nothing but what, 8? No,
11.
11 songs.
You don't count Game Over, but yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not a lot of songs when you think about their previous records where they've had so many, and even other albums prior to or like at that time. This is when like you really had to capture a person within 10 to 11 songs and have a full body of work.
Yeah.
And of course, that being the quote unquote last album or whatever, we're thinking like, oh, we gonna get a good 15, 16. No. No, but just the topics. Like, of course, they've always talked about love and relationships, but this was like we're getting in depth, right? We're getting like mind, body, soul, like friendships, romantic, getting into you loving yourself, right? Like we're really getting into all of that now, and I felt like it was just a shift, and also one thing about Destiny's Child, they don't care if you are not like technically a writer or not. If you're in the space and you come to them with the idea and it worked, so like Angela, Beyonce's cousin, she's a writer on the album. Solange is a writer on the album. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know that. Like, if you in the space and you around and you got an idea and it works, and when you think about it, especially in regards to Solange, the songs that she write on, you be like, oh, it makes sense. I get it now. Like as you hear her music, you like, oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, like she has a signature sound herself. So I think it was just the bridging those different people in, especially coming off of like the Writings on the Wall and Survivor. Like there was a whole new production because they only really brought back Rodney Jerkins. The rest are all new in regards to working with Destiny's Child. You know what I'm saying?
With the remix, but technically he has.
But everybody else is like different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of touch, a different kind of sound. Like we gonna really get into it. So I do think there was a shift in this.
What? Yes, God. What? Yes. Was it a shift? All the producers did outstanding work on Destiny Fulfilled. Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle had the perfect team around them to create their final album exactly what the way they wanted to. Yep. And the whole
Yeah.
thing was definitely about the emotions. They wanted to tap in. And like you said, that I agree, they probably tapped into the Jones Girls because I feel like too, this album is I'm sorry, but it's the 70s to me. That whole cover looked like a 70s themed body of work.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it
Beautiful.
does. I'm like,
Beautiful.
this is giving me 70s.
But look at how they dressed up that whole project.
Yes.
It's very reminiscent of those girls, like how they would be on like interviews and at shows and at events, and like, you know, they gave. They served.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did their thing. Temujin. Okay, so now Temujin, same question. How did Destiny Fulfilled stand out in terms of production compared to their early albums?
I am going to use JR's term that I love that he always used. It was thick.
Oh,
It was thick. It came hard. It was melodic. And the thing is, this is no shade, they actually gave us full compositions, not 2-minute songs. It was verses and bridges and
Hey.
it was like, right? But yeah, it was thick. It was melodic. The uses of the samples, the vocals, everything. It was a vibe. It was thematic, lyrically, vocally. It was thick. It was just knee deep in all of the things. That's all.
So, Shawn, same question. How did Destiny Fulfilled stand out in terms of production compared to their earlier albums?
I feel like to me they got a lot sharper. To me it was sharper far as production is a big thing, but I felt like they honestly found their voices harmonizing really well. And I think that really plays a part, because if you can harmonize a group and you really figure yourself out, you can make a song pop, you know, with some good harmonies. So I felt like they kind of found their harmonies, and you know, throughout in the course of the last albums they had dropped, it was, you can tell they were kids, you know. I mean, at that time, you know, you might looking at the beginning out, you like, damn, I thought they was like 21, but they 15. But when you realize that, you like, okay, now they talking about some things we can we go through, you know what I'm saying, like that we feel. And I feel like they really body that so much emotion into this album that you can't really be like, I mean, I honestly feel like Destiny Fulfilled is their best album. And for me,
we gonna wait for number 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping the ground. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Continue. Because I was about to go somewhere.
He was going there.
Be cool. Be easy.
Hold the plate.
Okay. That's it.
I love what Brian said. They learned to create a no-skip project with Michelle as part of the group. I do agree with that.
What's up, Byron?
Hey, Byron. Shawn gonna get look. All right, Shawn and Gwen got loose. Lord have mercy, Lord. My answer for this question, I feel that the production-wise, it gave them a sound that they create. Like I said in 2004, it set them apart from everybody else. Like we said with Rockwell and Rodney and all them, I love when they talked about in their the EBK, when they talked about they were just talking. And I feel like from the conversation they had, we created this. And I love they said they were really sitting while they were singing the song. So I'm like, wait a minute, you sitting there, you sing it? Like, wait. I thought you had to stand and, you know, sing. But in this part of the production I did like about it, they were just themselves. And they were just saying they were more of like relaxed and chill versus where I think everything was more structured. They had no time. Oh, this had to be a certain deadline, where they just let this album just float and just took their time. I was really proud with this body of work that they got back with Rodney and gave him Lose My Breath, because, you know, everybody knows Rodney from Brandy and everything else. Right. Rodney gave them something like, okay, everybody knows him from this and Pride Before, but I'm going to give them something to make everybody just stand and pop out. And Lose My Breath was that one. And then you got Rich Harrison. I love what they said too, and I remember this in the EPK. They said when they were getting the tracks, they didn't even know who produced what. So they didn't know. They were just playing the songs and they just liked it. So when they did find out, it was like, oh, because a lot of people were shocked that Rich Harrison did Soldier. Because if you think about it, we always think of Rich Harrison with the drums,
instrumentation,
like that sound.
It was different.
Sound.
It was different.
Right.
DMV area.
if you thinking that Rich Harrison is giving you Lose My Breath and maybe Rodney may give you a Soldier, it does take on a different life that they're multifaceted in this album.
Yes.
So it wasn't like they weren't trying to give you just, oh, this sound. No, we're going to give you a body of work, but not that you're going to hear 3-part harmony vocals. You're going to hear singing. Not even that, Michelle's going to give you a bridge and going to eat that shit and everybody else fall out.
Period.
All I'm going to say is for that, with the production, it worked perfect. And like I said, they just stood apart. They just stood apart. That's what I just love about this album. So, and I love what Byron says. This album just hits different because it was the first time that Destiny's Child was a supergroup. I do agree. And Darius said, they were a supergroup. They were a supergroup. All right, so now, Temujin, I'm going to you with this question, my love. The music videos were so iconic. Soldier, Girl, Lose My Breath. What was your favorite music video, and how do you think the visual storytelling added to the album's overall impact?
Girl. I mean, okay, so of course they did the ode to Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're letting the world know we're women. Because they were looking amazing.
Gorgeous.
Amazing. Especially in that purple outfit Michelle had on with the big hat. She turned around and yeah. I would say for sure, girl for sure.
And how do you think the visual storytelling added to the overall album's impact? How do you think the visuals when the videos came out? Did it work? Did it make sense?
Oh yes. I think so. I think it did, especially Lose My Breath when they were dancing with themselves and all that. It just, the whole rollout, all the videos that they came out with, it just added to the greatness of this record, in my opinion.
I love it.
But yeah, girl, it's girl for me.
Oh, yes, guys. So, Shawn, what was your favorite music video, and how do you think the visual storytelling added to the impact of the album?
Oh my gosh. Lose My Breath was my favorite. I'm not gonna say that was when I saw, like, I'm big on like watching like dancing. So get all that other stuff. I'm big on that. So when I watched, I'm like, ooh, they doing some things that I was like, I ain't never seen them do before. You know what I'm saying? So it prime example, Kelly, she jump on the dude and she just grinding. I'm like, okay, I like this. I like this because it was like more so it was and them battling each other, like far as I look at it as like classy versus street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It gave me like a 50s more so a current vibe. It's like battling each other, like the old school versus new school. So it gave me them type of vibes in that video. I can honestly say that each video that they drop around that time was different. You know what I'm saying? Like Soldier gave me more so like a 50s, you know what I'm saying? Like a 50s more current vibe. Lose My Breath gave me like, okay, we're gonna give you some choreography, you know, eat this. Girl was more so like, we're gonna come together, we're gonna be as one, and we just gonna sit and be cute and just talk. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, it was definitely like a storytelling, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It was all of that. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that one.
I love it. Camille, same question. What was your favorite music video, and how did the visual storytelling impact the album overall?
Mine is Soldier, and I thought we all was gonna say Soldier. I thought that was everybody's favorite, but apparently it's not. Soldier, hands down for me. Okay, and it just everything about it. I mean, the fact that it was in black and white did something special for me. Like just T.I. and Wayne. I mean, obviously they're gonna be in the video, they on the song, but like. Just the whole culture aspect of it, right? Like it was so black, and I loved it so much. And I'm just like, this is too much. It reminds me of Beyonce's No Angel video too. I also love that video a lot. And I'm just like, yes, come on with the big body cars and the Dobermans and the it was just a lot. The dudes, the fine men that just looked extra good, and just the girls look good, and Ice Cube randomly, and Solange pregnant. It was just everything about it is just like yes.
That's when I found out Solange was pregnant. That's when I found out she was pregnant. I said, what?
I mean, if she was pregnant, She was
Pregnant.
all the way pregnant.
Beyonce and Solange look so much alike. I was like, that Beyonce?
Right.
Like,
What? Did
what?
she switch or something? Like, what's going on? Like, 'cause it was crazy.
I love that video. I could watch it 1,000 times, and it gives me maybe I like that one so much because of how cute they were, and like I was an impressionable high school girl at the time, and I'm like, I want to look like that. Like I want to be cute. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel like still classy. Like Beyonce was definitely giving like classy hot girl, and I'm like, that's me. That's what I want to look like. So and I love it. I love it. I love it. And of course, yeah, I do feel like the videos had a big impact on the people. But again, I give props to the album art, like because thinking about the entirety of the album, I think that cover is just it's such a statement. It is so clearly says what this album is going to be about, where they were inside themselves and as a group and as individuals and everything. That cover just does it for me. But the videos was dope. The videos definitely added. I mean, videos are always gonna be great. I love a music video. We don't got that no more. Lord help us. But, you know,
Kelly, you was my Moist said Kelly, you was my fave. It was intimate and sexy. Brian said lose my breath. Me more had me marching in the streets looking crazy because no one else could have my headphones. And your sister says, yes, I'm with my sister on this one, Soldier, baby. Look, JR said KDU is my favorite. KDU was a visual proof that these were now women. Yeah. What was your favorite music video, and how did you think that the visual storytelling added to the impact of the album?
I mean, like everyone has said from the very beginning, from the cover art, I felt like I felt like it was showing them like we are stripped. We're bearing our souls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to think anything else because I'm gonna give you every facet of what a woman is and what a woman goes through. Like, I'm gonna take you to, I may give you pin up, and I may want the round the way guy. I'm gonna be with my girls and give you Sex in the City. I'm gonna give you the ultimate diva, and cater to you in the desert, and we're giving like almost like an ode to the earlier girl groups in our dresses, and we're doing like the different dance moves in sync. And then it's like a hood glam kind of fab with Lose My Breath. They have on furs, they have, you know what I'm saying? It's all the things. And to me, it just embodied just a full woman, a full person. You see what I'm saying? It was all the facets, right? And so my ultimate favorite, it's hard because I can't just choose one, but it would be Soldier and Cater to You. Soldier, that was rare to see a black and white video. Like just all black and white, but it was so dope and it just made sense. And then to have like all of the who's who kind of round the way guys in the video, right? Like, okay, granted, yes, we have T.I. and Wayne because they're on it, but you have Ice Cube, the legend himself. You know what I'm saying? You have Mike in it. You got the dogs, and it's the drop top. You got Snoop Dogg is in the video. Like
Jensen Atwood.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a different kind of energy. And the girls got on like the leather and the fur, and then they got like the polka dot on, and it's like we just tipping around, and it's a vibe. It's a vibe. And then you get into Cater to You, like we're in the desert. Like we're in the desert, and like each girl has like their solo moment, but then it's like when it came together, it was like we're gonna still, even in the height of who they were, they're still giving homage to the groups that came before them. And but they don't even realize, and I hope they do realize now, that even with that video, they set a precedent of what the girl groups, what other girl groups would do. Because if you look at En Vogue's Rocket video, it is very similar to Cater.
True.
Don't let go too. Don't let go too, Darius. Remember, don't let go. Weren't they in the desert on that too?
Don't go.
I'm sorry. Don't go. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't go.
So you got to think about how it's like, okay, En Vogue did Don't Go in the desert from their first album. Then Destiny's Child, all these years later, do Cater to use this ultimate high fashion version of it, and then En Vogue comes right back around and does, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it never ends. And so I just love how they never, like, DC don't miss a beat. They just don't miss. They don't miss. And they will, and I love how it's always a constant connection of them to En Vogue. Always, like it always. And we just need that moment of like DC and En Vogue just together, not like just to have a I don't know, a picture, something, I don't know.
A picture.
We need the moment. Like we need the moment, right? But those videos definitely help to kind of help narrate the album and to what the visual was. I mean, and if you think about it, fashion wise, everything was ready to wear. It never gave costume.
Come on.
It never gave costume.
Giving.
It gave like, you want to go and buy this and wear this
now, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
I'm done.
It's a mess. Well, my favorite, you know what? My favorite music video, it had to be "Lose My Breath." I think my whole moment with that, because when I found out from school from my classmates that they were coming back, I said, "No, that's I ain't coming back no damn song." I said, "What are you talking about?" I know what you're talking about. Excuse me. They was like, "Oh no, they got a song called Lose My Breath." I said, "Hold on a minute, hold up." When I went home and I ran to go watch AOL, y'all know back in 2004 AOL, and y'all
first listen.
First listen. And I said, "Wait a minute, this ain't the Destiny Child." I was like, "Wait a minute, my
come on, dial up. Come on, dial up.
Okay, for real.
You know I had dial up, you bastard. Why are you selling my truth?
I had it too.
Right?
We all did.
I had 26K.
When you had money like that, baby, I had to wait there every 3 seconds.
The song would pause in the middle.
Baby,
hang up the phone.
Lose My Breath just gave me the excitement because it's like they fit with the times in 04. This was crunk and beat. Everything was just great, but not even just that. I felt like once we did that, Soldier worked perfectly too. It was just like you said, the storytelling, the flowing to what it was. But like you said, once you got the album, it wasn't about the fast songs. It was about the ballads, the mid-tempos. It was everything that made you flow about the journey of what the sound was going to be and being in love, being out of love. They give you those fast songs, but once you get to those ballads, you're like, oh, this is Destiny's Child. Like, this is the sound. This is what it is. This is the 3-part harmony. This is what it flows. And like, I love you said, bearing their souls. When you see that album, that is bearing your soul. And I said that, I was like, they are bearing their souls.
Giving essence.
It was just, and then like I said, when I got the bootleg version, I heard Game Over. I said, oh, this is mine. I like Game Over. It was Game Over t-shirt for me. I was like, and then when I bought the actual album, I'm like, where's Game Over? And I was like, oh, it's a hidden track. So it's like all those sentiments of that just really just saw the journey of womanhood, and I just love it. I just love it. So for me, I'm going back to you, darling.
All right.
So the Destiny Fulfilled and Loving It tour, when they went in 2005, became that celebration of the career. Oh Lord, I'm over it because I'm going to be pissed because I got to hear y'all stories, but I understand.
No, honestly, I'm with you.
What do you think made the tour so memorable when they went on tour for the fans and for the group itself? How did you feel, or do you have any memories of yourself?
So I'm with you, Chastity. I missed this somehow.
Girl.
I don't know where I was at. Like I was listening to the album, but somehow not knowing that a tour was happening. I was not on my concert game like I am now. Now me and my sister been to like 17 concerts this year. But back then, apparently I wasn't doing that. I don't know. I missed it. Right. So I'm devastated to know that I missed it. I'm devastated to know that I'm missing memories that I would be taking with me forevermore. So I can't speak to, how I felt about it. But knowing that the tour happened, of course, I know of the tour and when it happened and what it meant and everything. I do see it being memorable for them and for the fans because it was like such a heartwarming, like amicable way or amicable marker of like the end of that era. And it's so nice to give us that closure and it not be like a angry breakup or like we just never hear from them again, like when your favorite show go off and you didn't know it was gonna be the last of the season. like this show's never coming back, like it's just the end of the season and that's it. Like we didn't like
Judy
that.
going upstairs and never coming back down.
Like we need an end. If it's gonna be the end, I need that to be like a thing. Like, I need y'all to
Yeah.
tell me. So I can appreciate that they did it.
Mhm.
And that it was so nice and left kind of like, just in a nice place. So I like that about it. But yeah, girl, I went there either. I don't have a
Yeah.
DVD. Go on and burn me a copy if that's still a thing and send it to me, dear. If you got a
I got
DVD
you, Camille. I'm
burner,
gonna see if they have
I
it,
got you,
Camille.
girl.
I don't got
you.
nowhere to play it. I think my
I think
husband's
you can
old
get it
Xbox still
digitally.
play DVDs.
I think you can get it digitally.
I think it's on YouTube
iTunes.
now,
It
though.
is. It's
Yeah,
on
it's on
And
YouTube.
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 I
And
It's
thought
on
so.
YouTube.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
so.
It's
Yeah.
dope. You feel like
Very
you at the
good.
concert being there. I'm just like, oh.
Okay, well, let me
Yes.
do that. I'm gonna go and that's my homework then. I'm
Put
gonna
on
go
the
and
big
watch it.
screen, girl, surround
Yes,
sound, and have a
and
good
will,
time.
and definitely
Mm.
will.
turn it up.
So Darius, same question. Did you have any memories of the tour when they went on tour back in 2005?
So unfortunately, I was not there. Okay.
None of us were.
We're
But
failing.
what?
We are
You know what's
failing.
so crazy? Like, so I've only seen Destiny's Child once in
Mm.
concert, and this was on the fan mail tour, TLC.
Everybody
And
told
I
me.
had the opportunity to
Nice.
see all 4 original members
Mm.
perform, and that was amazing.
Mm.
Watching the last tour,
Mhm.
they really broke a stigma,
Mm.
a stereotype that groups, female groups in particular, can't be successful together and
Mhm.
individually and still
Mhm.
come back. They really kept their promise.
Yeah.
They really kept their promise.
That
Came
part.
back
Yeah.
together and then did a sold out
Okay.
world
tour.
tour.
Mm.
And the beauty of that tour is that I feel like they knew, like, okay, we owe this to our fans.
Amen. Mm.
There's no way
Hallelujah.
we can say, okay, we're going to stop recording,
Mhm.
and then not give them the ultimate tour, because at this point, every girl has done their thing,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And within this tour, not only did they do DC hits, each girl had their own
Oh,
moment
yes.
Yes.
to shine. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, that is like,
And did.
that's iconic.
Mhm.
Right? Like, that's iconic. And not just on like, oh, you have a moment to shine, like singing something else. No, like, you're singing your own
Your
individual
song.
hit. Like this,
Mhm.
like this my song. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge. And that the crowd was so receptive, because that is hard.
It is.
That is hard to break away, because most times as a crowd, we only see you as the group,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? Like,
Mhm.
that's it.
Mhm.
But we receive them, and still to this day, we receive them
That
as a
part.
group
We do.
and separate.
Mhm.
So, which makes it so iconic. Every time them gals get together on a stage, it is a moment, because it's like,
Yes.
oh my God, because they keep breaking the cycle and the
They do.
stigma. Like, they keep doing it, because in our minds, it's like, this will never happen, right? They'll never
Mhm.
come back, because we're so used to so many groups. It's either you're together
Or
or you're not,
Yeah.
right? But for them, it's like, oh, Destiny Child is a forever thing. You know what I'm saying? And I love how Beyonce is like,
Yes.
anytime it's a iconic moment, she purposely like, oh, I need my girls with me.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
which now marks, even with Coachella, they are the only female group to
About
perform
to
at
get emotional.
Coachella. Like, she
Yes.
knew what she was. She was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna make this moment just ain't for me.
Let me
This
come
is
out the
for my
floor with it.
girl.
Right.
This is for my sister.
Yes.
This is for my group. Like,
Lost my
I can
damn
never
shit.
forget where I started from. So
Literally.
I just feel like in that space, like, that tour set the tone for what we get now.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
That you will know that we will never not come together. There will be moments, yes, but we have to go on and do our thing,
Mhm.
because we are all artists, and we all came in knowing that we wanted to sing. Why should any of us stop because we're not a group? No, Michelle, you can sell without me. Michelle, you can sell. Beyonce, you can sell. And they've done it.
Mm-hmm.
They've done it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, think about it. Because of Michelle, those girls are Stellar Award winners because of Michelle.
Catch it.
Mhm.
Catch
You know what
it.
I'm saying? Like, think about it though. Like, they all benefit
Look at
each other,
Shawn.
and they know that. Michelle is the Broadway star.
It's
She
Talk
is the
about it.
star.
They were just
She is
together
that.
last week. Yep.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Oh, I
And
lost
this
my
thing,
shit when they
she's
did
on Broadway
that.
several
Will
times
lost
and
it.
eat it up every time. Kelly, baby, you are the real style icon out of the girls. No shade.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are the real style icon. You are the chocolate Godiva Barbie.
Baby.
Period.
Baby.
The
I love it.
actress, the movie producer, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do your thing, and you've had hits outside of the girls, like
Yes.
big hits, Grammy
Mhm.
nominated several times without your group.
Mhm.
Beyonce, girl, you're sick. I can't stand you. I love you, but I can't stand you.
Listen,
Help.
we love you, Beyonce.
You are a robot, and I live. Like, what is wrong? But I live. But you know what I'm saying? So imagine all of that talent in one group.
Yeah.
That's insane. So this tour helped set the tone for what we get now. And so I could only imagine that after all of the healing and the growth, we're going to get that DC5. I don't know
Baby.
when,
I think
but
the
I
Super Bowl.
feel it.
I think the Super Bowl, Darius.
I feel it
Woo!
because Beyonce missed her girls. So you got to remember, this is
Yeah.
not a put together group. These are childhood friends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She
Yeah.
missed it. So for
No,
us
yeah.
to get a
Exactly.
glimpse of that from Renaissance,
Mhm.
she's making it clear, like, I don't care what nobody say, like, I need a moment with my girls. Like,
Yep.
I need us to, like,
Yeah.
eat it up. Because no shade, LaToya ate us up. She ate us up.
She did.
She ate us up.
She did.
She gave us a bop. She gave us hits. She stormed. They
Mm.
actually retired her video off of 106 and Park. She ate us up. She ate
I
us
asked
up
them.
And did.
and did. And they probably said, oh, no, the fuck, she did not. And did. Stop playing me, girl. Okay, I'm a child of destiny. Okay, period. Yeah, get into it.
Oh,
Hey, I'm done
Like-
fooling with you, Chess, because you hit my nerves, girl. I can't do with you.
Baby.
Ugh,
Y'all all went in tonight. Look, that's why I said I need to group my bitch. I was like, they
because
gonna
like we
party.
cannot pay like they don't serve it up. Like
Literally.
every
Baby.
girl up, which is why Mama Tina, I love her because her energy gave these my babies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
of them.
five.
All
All
five.
five of
All
them.
Yup.
five. And I'm gonna show up for every girl in any way that I possibly can. And
She
they're
did.
all are winners. They real life, they all are survivors. They survived a
Boy.
lot
Hey.
in this game.
You know
They
what,
survived a
Darius?
lot
Drop
Really?
the mic.
and still stand tall. That's a lot. Like y'all dealt with a whole lot. Nobody has lost their mind. Everybody's in their right mind. They're doing well.
Praise
And
God.
they all of
Mhm.
what? And they all of what? Grammy award winning artists. Every last
All of
girl.
them got Grammys.
Yes. Yes.
I
I
can't
agree.
tell Shawn. Y'all say,
Ooh.
oh, well, Shawn, you were young at this time, so you didn't even go see the Destiny Child concert.
I did not. I was 7, 8.
Yeah,
I was
you
in
were
elementary
late.
school. I was not there.
So
Wow.
did you see the tour on YouTube? Have you seen the
Oh
tour?
yes.
So how did
yes.
you feel about it when you saw it as a whole in Atlanta and all that stuff?
For me, I didn't see it at that time. So once I got a little bit
Older.
older, I was like, where was I at? So it kind of threw me off because I was like, wow, for me it was like refreshing.
Mm.
Mhm.
I really get refreshing because when I watched it, it was for me, it was still kind of like the elements from the music videos that they dropped.
Yeah.
It was still giving a little bit of that element. So I felt like they didn't, for me, they didn't miss anything far as the concept. I feel like they wasn't, to me, it wasn't like they was trying too hard. It was like it was natural. It wasn't forced.
Effortless.
Yeah, it was just perfect. And I really love the scene when they did the lose my breath and then the water just fall down.
Oh, they did that.
For me, that was the iconic moment. You know what I'm saying? Because it was, for me, it was like oh, this is clean, this is fresh. We, they got the clothes on. Like it wasn't like, little stuff like that. They were still classy, and that's what I liked about DC. Everything was still classy about that concert. It just wasn't like something far fetched. It was like it wasn't something that they was, to me, like trying too hard. It was natural, and I just say that it was just natural for me.
Look, I like when Beyonce said 17 times, don't.
Yeah.
I said, come on, B, come on. Well, Temujin, since my love, the concert, you were actually one of the ones who actually went to the concert. So tell us your experience. How was it?
Can't wait to hear it.
You were the one that went out of the whole panel. How was it?
So speaking of dial-up, so I was on the floor. The tickets would go on sale, I don't know, whatever, Friday at 8. So I was there refreshing the page. Oh my God. I paid like $300 some for that ticket. Didn't care. Did not care. I was in Madison Square Garden.
Ooh.
Baby, the energy in New York.
Ooh.
They came out with them, it would say my name. It like you couldn't hear. Like it was ridiculous. Like it was amazing. It was amazing to be in the room and to experience that up close. That's all I can say. It was amazing.
Temujin, what did Beyonce when she said, I like the boys on top? But I bet everybody went crazy when she talked when she said Brooklyn.
What? And when they start, they start winding down. It was great. It was amazing. It was the energy. The energy was great, and like they all did their hits. Got standing ovations. It was just dope. It was dope. I was so glad to have experienced that in person.
No,
can't imagine.
Yeah.
Look at JR being petty. Look at JR. He talking about some Tim. I was 6 going off on message. Shut up. Look.
I was 24. I was 24.
Right. Well, selling me, I'm like Camille and everybody in the group. I did not go see the concert, but the first time I did see the concert as a whole was in 2008, and I was just enamored. I just wanted to see KDU. I think KDU, when they brought the man up there in Atlanta, I said, damn. Beyonce, when Kelly did her whole dance to that man, I said, Kelly, all the noise. No, you did not, girl. And that chocolate Godiva Barbie, like Darius said, baby, she was.
And that's when we got introduced to Miss Kelly. That's when Miss Kelly came out. That's when she came out.
The real Kelly.
It wasn't. It wasn't that solo album. It was that Destiny Fulfilled album. That's when it came out.
My name. I am Miss Kelly.
Miss Kelly.
Kelly looked good. I said, Kelly, damn. I was like, okay. Since I'm scared of you. All right.
Seriously.
Okay. All right, so Timothy, we're gonna go to you, my darling. Number 9. Do you think that we are missing a deep significance in girl groups in the 2020s era? And if so, can you name me a girl group that can be an impact in this current era?
With the right backing and the right support, I think the Shandellas.
I knew you were gonna say that. Boom.
They are nice.
They have it
down.
They have it. They have that same. Me and JR talk about it all the time. They have that same thing Destiny's Child had. They have of course, they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
They all they all seem to really love each other and get along. What JR say? Oh, okay.
What he don't say, child.
Right. I just think that Shandellas need a bigger push because I think they have it. They have that same. They have elements of everybody. They got Involved. They got some SWV. They definitely got some Clark sisters. Destiny's Child, Emotions. Those girls hits that stick like grits. If anybody's watching, listen to that record. But yeah, I think the Shandellas are the ones for me.
Camille, same question. Do you think we are missing a deep significance in girl groups in the 2020s era? If so, can you name me a girl group that could be impact?
Yes, we are missing that. We've been missing it for a very long time. Groups, period. Girl groups, boy groups, all the groups. We don't have that. And I think that is because, to me, okay, my opinion gonna be weird, y'all, because I don't listen to current music. I hate to admit it, but I just don't. So as far as I know, R&B no longer exists, at least the way that would support groups. Music is no longer really requiring the level of talent that groups bring, the harmonies and the chemistry that multiple people have to have in order to make good music together. I feel like nobody's doing that at this time, or if they are, I don't know about it. And I also feel like music consumers aren't really even looking for that anymore.
Mm.
We looking for trending audio for social media. Like, are people concerned about harmonies? Are people concerned about chemistry?
Yeah.
Are people concerned about? I don't know. I mean, and forgive me if they are. I'm sure there's a group of people out there that are. I am stuck in 2004. I'm still listening to Destiny Fulfilled all the time.
The bar
I
was
might
set
be
high.
the wrong. Listen, I might be the wrong person to ask this question to, but yeah, I would love to see groups come back. I would love to see something like that. It would be awesome, but I know I can't name you anybody that could be an impact. I have no idea. Hope, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody. I've never heard of the people that Temujin just mentioned. I need to check them out.
I will definitely send you a link.
Oh, baby, they're amazing.
They're amazing.
He said he'll send you a link, Camille. They're dope. So, Darius, same question to you. Do you think we are missing a deep significant in girl groups in the 2020 era? And if so, can you name me a girl group?
You know, as I love me a girl group, okay? I love a girl group. And that energy is definitely missing. It is not the same. I do feel like I do agree with Camille that I don't know if the audience is really looking for that, because this generation, they don't know about groups. They didn't come up on groups. So they're so used to it being solo artists. So them not seeing, I feel like them not, it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. Right? So if you've never experienced it, you don't understand the impact and the dynamic of a group, especially a girl group, right? Coming up, when we came up, it was so many of them, right? When we came up, even when our parents came up, so many of them. When our grandparents came up, so many of them. So then when that shift changes, it's like, I'm not checking for that anymore. But the beauty of it is now is that so many of those girl groups that we grew up on, they running it, baby. They doing all the tours, all the shows. Like, we're seeing it happen. So it's an amazing thing to see. I do enjoy the Shindellas. Baby, I will text it to you because I can use a coin, okay?
I can use the coin. I can always use the coin.
I can always use a coin, brother, okay? However, the Shindellas are amazing. They are beautiful. Like, on the outside, like how I've even watched them in interviews. Their energy is so amazing, right? Vocally, they're amazing. You know what I'm saying? How they dress, the style, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. And even as amazing as they are, I still don't think that they get their just due, because yet again, this generation, this crowd, this consumer isn't ready for that. They don't even know how to appreciate what these young women are giving them. They don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like there's a huge gap or a missing link. But I do think with the resurgence of, like SWV, Escape, and that Queens of R&B tour really helped set a whole energy with having Total come back out, 702, then all the other groups coming. I do think that will help a bit, but you also remember there's no more of those same platforms that we once had.
Right.
So where are you promoting them at? There is no longer the TRL, the
Video Soul,
the videos. So, and sometimes I wonder, why do we even still have the VMAs? No one even watches videos anymore. So why do we have it? You know what I'm saying? BET, I love y'all to death, but I have not seen y'all put these girl groups on the platform. Soul Train, same thing. Like, there was a thing where you knew, like, I could see all the up and coming new dope talent on here and to perform. Why, when you are honoring people, you don't bring them in to sing for them? Like, I don't get it. So there is a shift. You know me, Chastity. I'm gonna give it to you raw. I'm gonna give it to you. It don't make sense. I
It
love that you
doesn't.
know that. So why did? And mind you, the SWV tribute A on the Black music artists, but you had an actual girl group there,
Hmm.
the Shandellas, and you did not have them sing for them.
It's great.
And they know
Make it make
Taj
sense.
too. They know Taj.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
So make it make sense. We're
They-
missing these elements.
Yeah.
Preach.
Again,
Same
Darius, all right,
question.
Pastor.
Cause
Mm.
I'm sick of it.
Word.
Get the girls out there. Get them out there.
Shawn, same question. Do you think that we're missing significant girl groups in 2020s? Because you know you're the 90s move king of this. But if
Yes,
so, can
it
you
is.
name me a girl group that could be an impact?
I can name a girl group that I feel like if they have the right right backing,
Okay.
meaning they have a strong team behind them and kind of shift their sound a little bit, is Flow. Flow is pretty nice to me.
I was gonna say that they would
I
be
like
number
Flow.
two.
You know what I'm saying? They give me like an early 2000s, not
They
more
do.
so like a 90s, a 50s.
Mm-mm.
They give me just like Black, some ISIS,
Futuristic, yep.
kind of
Yep.
something like that. What's the other group name? They remind me of the group the Monica.
Before dark. Oh, before
Yeah,
dark.
they give me them Before Dark. They give me that type of vibe. So I like Flow in that essence of bringing that nostalgia vibe back. So they give me that type of vibe. I like Flow, but I do feel like nowadays it's not really too many girl groups. It's really not, and I really feel like nowadays when you get certain groups, they don't last long. They probably last for a couple of months and they go on their way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
Somebody
based
goes
off
solo.
of the
It's
ego.
hard to
After a
market.
couple months, help us,
Yeah,
Lord.
it'd be like a couple
It's
months.
hard
I'm like,
to
damn,
market.
y'all just dropped the
It
single,
really
disbanded.
is.
Like
It's
it
hard to
wasn't even
market.
that long.
Fifth Harmony. You know.
Fifth Harmony,
And
yep.
and I feel like
It's
I
hard to
honestly
market.
I honestly feel like egos playing a big part in everything. Egos.
Ooh.
Even down to like girl groups from the past. It's always the ego.
Okay.
It's the egos, and it's pride and ego that play a part into it. And like when you have a young audience, and we dealing with social media, you get the comments, they read the comments. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Oh, I feel like I'm better than this. I feel like I'm better. That plays a part into all that. So it's a mindset thing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about if you're willing to really share the spotlight with girls that you came with, whether if y'all just came together all of a sudden or even y'all grew up together. You know what I'm saying? That plays a huge part. And I feel like record labels, I feel like we need that artist development back. I feel like we really do need it. I really do, because it's the way the direction of music is going. I'm not too fond of it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
You're not alone.
that's why I'm always listening to my
We are
90s,
all
my
sick
early
of it.
2000s.
And-
I'm there. I'm
and
stuck
can I
there.
just
So it's hard for me to get out of that
Yes.
era, because I'm always in the 90s, the 80s, the early 2000s, even though that wasn't even my time period. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough, Chastity, because being a little older, like remember the energy in the not in like 1990 on. Like I remember
Yeah.
when In Vogue came out with Hold On, and they were on Apollo, and that beat dropped, and the
Storm.
crowd went wild, and
Yes.
SWV singing a cappella, singing down on Arsenic, you know what I'm saying? And Brownstone and Jeanne, all of them. And now you see it, it's saddening a little bit.
It's hard, it's heartbreaking.
What happened?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say is I'm just with y'all. It's hard because, like I said, we don't have any labels that's trying to push. And I think I feel like once Destiny's Child separated, that's when you kind of see the decline. They were trying to make
I agree. I agree.
And y'all got me thinking too. And I'm happy there, as you said, about the sound changing, the shift of music. Everybody was trying to be more hip hop than they were R&B. That could be a shift too because of the sound.
However, I do believe, like once DC, I feel like the hope was kind of like, oh my God, like if DC ain't here, who is? I say that because all the girls that came before them had kind of like fell back. a little bit, right?
Yeah.
However, Danity Kane gave us a little piece of hope.
They did. I ain't gonna lie. They did.
I remember that too.
They did because no tea, no shade.
Shade.
They never gave flop. It never gave flop. It never gave a flop.
True.
It never gave a flop. It never gave a flop. Temujin, don't get on my nerves.
No, I was thirsty. I'm sorry.
Don't get on my nerves.
It never gave a flop, right?
No,
now,
it
of
didn't.
course, like okay, like they were great. They had that MTV backing that time. Now, of course, we will never compare them to the likes of a DC.
Hell no.
Or In Vogue, or never, right? But as far as just having a girl group presence, they gave us a lot of hope because they came in strong. The girls did have talent, but just as quick as they came in,
they were gone.
They were gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were gone. But I do feel like labels don't even want to invest in groups anymore.
Hell no.
Because it's so costly. Because no one wants to invest in all those girls, right? And even with Candy being as huge as she is, her group Sovereign, them babies sing.
Yeah, they can sing. I was thinking about
them girls can sing, but it's not enough.
Nope.
It's not enough. Like, they're young, but who are y'all gravitating for? And them girls can sing, but this generation don't care about that.
Nope.
Think about who their favorite singers are. They ain't singers.
They come around the house. They
talk over.
I'm stressed.
They talk over melodic beats. They're not singers. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Okay, right. Exactly.
Literally, verbatim.
So it's totally different. So I feel bad because it's like them babies do sing.
Yeah, they do.
And as big as your back, as big as the person who's backing you, who manager are, like Aislinn, and she comes from a girl group herself.
Right.
No tea, no shade. Her group is gonna get booked before your group stink. And that's no shade.
But I mean, but you telling the truth. It's no lie.
It's no shade.
No lie.
I promise you. If you ask my 5-year-old son, do you want to go see Escape or Siren? He will tell you Escape because he's going to tell you. And he's 5.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like we need a record label. I do feel like we need like a record label that's gonna really push. But like I said, record labels are not gonna invest. But I really feel like we need that because back then we had Bad Boy.
Okay. Take away the leader of the pack.
But we had like our 112s, our totals. You know what I'm saying? We had all these different groups, and I feel like when you see like come in as unity, I feel like we can do more with it. But I could be wrong.
I don't know. Could be. But like I love that, y'all, because at the end of the day, we do need groups back. At the end of the day, they make the heart of music. And I feel like, everybody wants to be solo. I'm like, well, where the groups at? We had groups, and then you got your group, your legendary, like Boys the Man and Destiny's Child 20, 25.
And they still working.
Booked and busy.
They still working.
It just don't make no sense. All right, I'm gonna add this question on y'all, but then I'm gonna add one more question to this. But I'm going to ladies first. I'm going to Camille.
Okay.
Well, this is my favorite question because it's very controversial. And you know my platform, so everybody they know this question, but I want to hear your voice first, my love. So, since we are celebrating the beautiful 20th anniversary of DC Destiny's Child 5th album, Destiny Fulfilled, do you think this is the best album from Destiny's Child catalog, and why?
Baby.
I'm kind of scared to answer because
it's your opinion, honey.
We got you, Camille.
Am I gonna get canceled? Is
there
a correct answer to
the safe space?
No wrong answers,
Is there
Camille.
a correct answer? Because I'm low-key scared. Okay. So honestly, I'm going to say No.
Okay. And why? And what album do you think is the best?
So, my opinion. As much as I love Destiny Fulfilled, obviously I'm here. I'm in this conversation. So, y'all know I love this album. That goes without saying. However, my answer is Writings on the Wall. And that is because I got my reason.
Okay.
For me and the way I consume music and the way I connect with music, my first exposure to an artist is usually what remains as my favorite. So like when I tell y'all who my favorite artists are is Beyonce / Destiny's Child, it's Corinne Bailey Rae, and it's Kanye West. Okay, those are my three people.
Ooh,
okay,
those are good. That's good.
So like
You went off.
Yeah, thank you.
Corinne Bailey Rae?
Yes,
On
and my
that?
girl. I mean, I love me some
Yeah,
her.
she's great.
So like with Destiny's Child, with Corinne, with Kanye, all these people have put out beautiful bodies of work, and I love them all, right? I love everything they've ever put out. But freaking The College Dropout, you can't top that for me.
Yeah,
because
me too.
it's just it's where he started, it's where I found him, it's forever for me. So that is why, like I told y'all at the top of the episode, Writings on the Wall is where I made my initial connection with Destiny's Child. It's the core thing for me, and so I can't let that go. Thank you. I'm not canceled. I appreciate that, because I was worried.
Never that. Never
we
that,
on the
Camille.
Destiny Fulfilled
You're not.
episode.
No, never that.
I was mighty concerned. But yeah, so that just may be how I am. I mean, this album deserves all the flowers. It deserves all the shine. It deserves this whole conversation. But for me, it's Writings on the Wall. I'm sorry. That's the final answer.
So there is my love. Thank you so much for what I appreciate that, and I love that was your opinion, and I respect it so much. You got some diehards in the chat right now, so trust me, they right along with you.
Okay.
So there is my love. We are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Destiny Child, Destiny Fulfilled, the 5th album. Do you think this is Destiny Child's best album from their catalog, and why?
I don't.
Wow. Okay.
I don't.
And which album do you think is their best?
So this is a beautiful body of work. I mean, okay, like in my 34-year-old age, this is the album that I'm definitely running to, right? For sure. One of the best R&B albums of all time, period. However, I look at Destiny's Child the same way I look at In Vogue. I fell in love with the original 4, and I'm still in love with the original 4.
What?
The Writings on the Wall, for me, is hands down their best album. From beginning to end.
Oh, wow.
No skips, no nothing. You could take it to the club, you could take it to the deep cut, whatever. Baby, it will never be Survivor. I don't even like Survivor.
I didn't mean to laugh.
He gets on my nerves.
He gets on my nerves.
And he lives 5 minutes from me. I will drive to your house, JR. Don't play with me. But no, like seriously, like, I agree with Camille. When I first fell in love with that child, it was those original 4 girls, right? And the album that really took it over the edge for me was the Writings on the Wall. Like it does something for me. It's nostalgia, it's the feelings, it's everything. It's the whole package, right?
Yeah.
And if you think about it, that is their most successful album. When you think about it, that is the 2-time Grammy Award winning album. Like that's the album that broke records. Like that's what did it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what made them solidify. They are here to stay. They are a stamp in music history. Right? It's that album. Yes, even with the remixes, you know what I'm saying? But I love Destiny Fulfilled, but the Writing on the Wall is top tier.
Understandable. I respect that. Look, I'm not even. I knew this was gonna be controversial. That's why I wanted to say that question. I knew
What he said? What JR said?
Huh?
What JR
What he
said?
gonna say? He said, I know that. He said, I know that was Tim, and now you, Darius. I love y'all. All right, Shawn, your turn. We are celebrating Destiny's Child's 5th album number 5. Do you think that this is Destiny's Child's best album in their catalog, Destiny Fulfilled?
Ooh.
I think I already went in earlier. I think I did. I was about to just shift, so I can honestly say that. Okay, so the introductions for me was The Writings on the Wall, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, it's a toss-up between The Writings on the Wall and Destiny Fulfilled, but I'm always leaning toward Destiny Fulfilled just because I feel like we got it more from them.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying The Writings on the Wall wasn't, it was a great album. That's still my go-to album. Like Temptation, I know you see me watch. Like I'm all there. I'm there. I'm there. But Destiny Fulfilled for me, I think it resonates more because, like I said, strong harmonies, the what he was talking about in the album, on the album. I don't know. Like I used to feel like it was Writings on the Wall, but when I constantly just keep on listening to Destiny Fulfilled, it just hits me more every single day.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know why. It's just so that album is just so refreshing. So refreshing. It feels good. Just listen to that whole album from beginning to end, and I just love it.
I love it.
That's just how I feel.
Come on, Shawn.
Yeah.
Byron, don't get on my nerves.
Byron's a mess.
No, I did not hit.
I had to save the best for last. Since we are celebrating DC's 5th album number 5, Destiny Fulfilled, do you think this is the best album from their catalog?
All right. I love the original 4 girls. I love The Writings on the Wall. Man, like I said, my trips to Lower Manhattan and tiptoeing in the city and thought I was cute and ooh, hey ladies. Listen. Listen. The Say My Name remix. All of that. I actually like that version. I like the original, but I like that version a little.
That could have been. They could have dropped it as a single. I ain't gonna lie to you. They could have been like a remix, a whole video and everything. We needed that. But I digress.
Right. So I love the original 4 girls. I do, and I want to see all 5 of them do a song or something, and be on stage and do a nice medley and all the things because they're just amazing. But I love my girl Michelle Williams. When she came into that group, something changed vocally for them. They were able to do more. So for me, Destiny Fulfilled all the way. Because I was in my 20s when that album came out. That thing hit, and I was trying to find love, and I was finding a way, and I was like, why he do that? I don't understand. That record, yeah, it's gonna be Destiny Fulfilled for me all day. Yeah. It just hit me. It hit me deeper than The Writings on the Wall. Writings on the Wall was cool. It was some bops, but the Destiny Fulfilled was like, damn. It was clapping.
Yeah. All right, since we are celebrating, I can answer this question, and I know everybody's probably gonna wait for my response, but and people know this. I have been a huge DC fan since the age of 9, from the beginning to Destiny Fulfilled. But as through the years and everything I've been through in my life, and I know what albums mean to me, and even it's crazy, y'all, even at 15, I was even resonating with this album. But something about Destiny Fulfilled just warms my heart. It dominates. And the reason why how I go to Destiny Fulfilled, I go by rollouts. The Writings on the Wall was a rollout, but I think the breakup kind of fractured a lot of stuff. Once that happened, I was like, ugh. I'm like, I love Writings on the Wall, but I just feel like the rollout kind of did a lot.
Yeah.
But baby, when we got that motherfucking Destiny Fulfilled and all 3 of their asses came out, I said, wait a minute, hold up.
She meant that.
The what, Chastity?
Wait. All 3 of them back? Kelly got long hair. Michelle got cinnamon. I said, wait a minute. This ain't the same Survivor. This is Destiny Fulfilled. No. But baby, let me tell you something. Writings on the Wall will always be the biggest, but body of work, rollout, the way you go out with a high note, that goddamn Destiny Fulfilled gonna supersede everything.
Yeah.
And I feel for me that no matter what has happened, if you want to end it on a high note, that's how you end it on a high note. And no matter
They
what
set the
has happened,
tone.
they set the tone after that. And I'm
Amen.
so proud. And no matter what's happening, I love the opinions because I know it was going to be a big thing because the writers on the wall and the Destiny Field always get this back and forth because
It's
everybody loves
hard.
the sport.
It
Everybody
is
loves the
hard.
Greek. But when you look at it all together, y'all, it's all five of them together.
That's right.
I
And
agree.
that's what that
It
means.
is. And
I
that's
love
the
that,
beauty of it,
Chastity.
though. Like, that's how
Yes.
you know, like, you are a super group.
What?
Yeah.
Because you ain't never flop. You ain't never flop.
Ever.
Like,
Nope.
no, seriously, like, when every girl can say, baby, we got hits with me and with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
huge.
Huge.
Because most groups, when that shift happens,
Yeah. It
you know
does
what I'm
change.
saying? Because
Mhm.
no shade, in Vogue, once them four girls was no longer together,
Woo!
ugh,
It changes. Yeah.
like people that was a shift. Like, oh my God. And so for Destiny Child to have done that and did it well and let every girl still sing, like that is
Amen.
kudos. Like they have really set the tone. They have been
Yeah.
the example of what you
Mhm.
can do and what you can
Mhm.
be and what you could be. And so they broke, again, I said earlier, they broke every barrier,
They did.
every stigma that a group, especially a girl group, could have.
Mhm.
They did it.
And it's
Like
genuine.
it's
And
so
it's genuine.
rare.
Mm-hmm.
It's so rare. Like that's hard. And it's hard to find a new girl that can give that same energy, that can fill that void, because Michelle, she stood the test of time, because
Did
it's
she?
hard coming into a group that's already like majorly successful, right?
Yeah.
Like they got hits, they
Right.
got bangers. How do
Mhm.
I fit into this?
Mhm.
How do I fit into this mold?
Yeah.
But again, Destiny Fulfilled, that's her album. That's her
Mhm.
album. That's
Yes,
hers.
sir.
I don't care what nobody say. Tanitra, that's yours, niece. That's yours.
That's my baby.
Lord.
And also,
Ate that. She
and
ate that.
also, I like to say, like, I feel like a lot of artists, in my opinion, now they have to really do their homework, and I
Yes.
feel like that's what's messing them up when they're not doing their homework. They're not listening to a body of work and say, "Okay, I'm influenced by this. Let me try to create something of my own." But this is the influence. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I really do feel like it is really hard when people don't. When you talking to people and they like, "What is this? What is that?
Yeah.
What is this? Who is that?
Yeah.
What is this album? I never heard this." Which is, you're not gonna know everything, but I really feel like when people start doing their homework, they become great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
I agree.
about it, Shawn.
Yeah.
I love what T said. He said they did so well with the second iteration of the group
Yes.
that there is a generation of DC fans who don't remember Latoya and Latavia. But even with that, they still go back to the writings on the wall. And that's why I be like,
But Chastity, to back you up,
uh-huh.
they know who Latoya is.
Oh,
They don't know her from Destiny's
They just
Child.
didn't
That's the
realize she
gag.
was.
Yeah.
That's the gag. They like,
Exactly.
oh snap.
And it's
She
right.
do the bills. And because everyone knows Torn, Regret.
Damn
Like,
torn,
because
yep.
again, she had so much success by
And
herself.
she made history by that.
She was the first girl. No shade. She was the first girl out the group with the
Thank
number
you.
one hit.
People
Yes.
don't shoot the messenger.
Give the children of Destiny their 10. So they ate down. Them girls ate. Them girls ate. They ate.
Okay, I got one last question. Y'all didn't put this on the thing, but I meant to put this on here. But one last question. If you had to describe one word about this beautiful, timeless album, Darius, I'm gonna go with you first. What one word would you describe it?
Classic.
Ooh.
That's it. Classic. It goes down in history. One of the best R&B albums of all time.
You better.
Classic.
Camille, one word, my darling.
Relatable.
Ooh.
That's my word.
Shawn, what's your one word, my love?
I think I've been saying this all day, but refreshing. It's
Precious.
just a I don't know. It's just, to me, it's so clean. You know,
Mm.
I can't find no other word.
Mm. And Temujin, my love, what one word would you describe it?
Beautiful.
Oh,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
From the album cover, giving Essence Ebony magazine cover to the material, the everything. It's beautiful
Essence all day. Yes.
all day. It's
And my
beautiful.
one word, and I love this. Somebody even said in the chat, fulfilling.
Oh,
Fulfilling.
Yeah.
of
Yes,
course.
it
Yes.
was. Yep.
It
Yes.
was.
I
I
see
don't know why I'm
classy.
feeling sad. I'm sad right
Classy.
now. So go ahead.
I
I
know. Cause
No,
it's
don't feel
like
sad, snickerdoodle.
Grown sister. Yes, my sister is
grown.
right.
Yeah,
Grown.
we were grown. We were grown on that
They'll be
album.
back.
It was
They're gonna be
very
back, y'all.
grown.
They're gonna be back one more
I
time.
I feel
We can
that.
hope.
Timeless.
I
Mhm.
feel like they've done so much
Mm-hmm.
in my head, right? I don't know. I
Mm.
feel like there have been conversations,
Include
What?
right?
Yes.
I feel like there
includes.
have been conversations, but and it's so funny because from the outside, a lot of people think that Beyonce is the holdup. I don't believe that. I truly believe that these are three individual grown women who have so many different things that they are doing that they want to do
Yeah.
artistically, that it's like trying to figure out that right timing.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I really feel like it's a thing where it's like maybe when Beyonce's ready, Kelly's doing a Lifetime movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
who knows? Or you know, Michelle, like, child, I'm on tour speaking about my book. Like, I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Who knows, like, what that conversation is like? But I feel like when they come back, especially because we don't know what the in depth conversation was like when you had all five girls
Hmm.
together. I feel
Child.
like they were looking to the like, girl, we could really
Because
set
they're
this
all
mother.
friends. They're all
You know what I'm
friends.
saying?
Mhm.
And they sisters. They
I
sisters.
really feel
Right.
like, to be honest, after Beyonce finished this like Cowboy Carter, so, something in my spirit is telling me that it may not be an album,
Super
but it'll
Bowl.
be a
Super Bowl.
tour.
Super Bowl.
Hmm.
It'll be a
Y'all know
tour.
I'm gonna be it. Mm.
And because they have done so well individually, I
Mhm.
feel like it's gonna give stadium.
Mm.
I like that.
Ooh.
It's gonna give,
I like that.
because you gotta understand, Destiny's Child is a huge
Entity.
brand entity.
Right.
Mm.
So I feel like it's gonna give stadium vibes, and they're gonna blow our motherfucking minds. They're gonna give us what we need.
Oh, I
They're
hope
gonna
you're
give
right.
us some good looks. I just know the harmony's
Oh,
gonna
you,
be
Yeah,
crazy. The
they,
harmony's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Darius, because I know you would.
let me tell you something. No, I don't want to do it. I want Mama Tina to get in that studio and get the sewing, get them girls right. Like, you know, I help out. You know what I'm saying? I
I
help out.
help.
But I want that old nasty Mama Tina look. I want to see the girls give us a run.
Oh,
All we really want is one
Vegas
run.
residency. Okay, come on, sister.
Byron.
My sister
Yes,
got us. My
yes,
sister said she got our tickets
and that would be
already.
perfect too,
You
because
know
that's
what?
one place where everybody can work, and that's perfect because they all got kids. Well, besides,
That
you know,
part, they do.
Michelle, but they all
Uh-huh.
got kids, and they're all a small rather. So I think that'd be
Mhm.
good because it's one set
One
place where they
place.
can
They ain't
all
gotta
just
move around.
work, do their thing. And let me tell you something, they might as well just set themselves for a good 2 years. A good 2 years. Don't go nowhere. Don't do nothing, because baby, we need
Literally.
2 years, because I got to see you at least twice. Thank you.
I'm coming to see it every other weekend.
I got, you know what, Chastity? I think that it's going to be one or two things. Okay, I think it's going to be the Super Bowl, because every big event Beyonce has done, it's been she's included them,
True.
right?
But
But
they're
if
not
y'all,
gonna bring her back for the Super Bowl.
huh?
Mm-mm.
I don't think they'll bring her back for the Super Bowl because she's already done it twice.
She doing that other
She's doing
football
it
game. No,
the
she doing
football
some
game
other
Christmas.
football game on
on
Christmas.
the
That's
25th,
Christmas. That's Christmas.
Mhm.
right? Or what? Right. So, or
Oh, if she bring her back for Christmas,
if y'all
Jesus.
caught the Verizon commercial, She was sitting on top of the new Vegas venue. Did y'all catch that?
Hell no.
I did not.
Oh, okay. That big it's called Sphere. So I'm thinking
Yes.
it's gonna be there.
Boy, don't play with me. I'm feeling
Cause
stressed
Beyonce,
and
she always do
overwhelmed.
that to us.
She
She always
know
be
I'm
trying to
going
throw.
one.
She
I'm
always be
flying.
trying to throw like little hints and stuff.
Yes.
And I hate her. Like she be trying to throw little hints and stuff. And I don't be liking all that. I love you,
Like,
B,
girl,
but you
just
be,
say what it is.
just say what it is. Like you
like
be
it's
playing.
too
Like
much. Like I can't take it.
stop playing
I
with
think
us.
it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be like a joint thing. They're gonna do some shows there. You fly out to see them. I think
them
that's what's
just
gonna
be
happen.
expensive. You already know they
Let me
gonna
I don't care.
let me get my taxes because
$1,000. Let me
take all my taxes.
2,000.
I'll be there.
Go see her.
flying my ass up there, child. Y'all think shit. Y'all think Randy shit. I ran my ass right up to the stage. Y'all shit. They sort my ass about it.
I would want to smell
It
them. I
would
want
be.
them to like to the point where I can smell them. I can be like,
Right,
I
I can
smell
see
Latavia, I
them.
smelled Latoya, I
Face to
smelled
face.
Kelly, and B was in front of my
Like,
face, and I smelled Beyonce. They all smelled really good.
Literally.
I think
Literally.
Michelle, I smelled them. Like they smell good.
I don't make no sense.
I think she missing it. I think she'll have a moment how like Patty he did, and Patty was like, I want to go back to my roots. I want to get my girls back together because LaBelle had a nice little tour run.
They sure
They had
did.
a nice tour, and he did a new album. So I don't know if it'll be an album per se, and I say that only because
She do.
I don't think that they don't want to do it. I think it's a lot of legalities that go into it because DC is a huge brand. And I think that
all that stuff, that's a lot.
I was getting ready to say no tea, no shit. I feel like because they're all independent women who like kind of do independent women, that's funny. Who do their own like thing. I think that now they're like, okay, how can we go around without including nasty? No, for real. I think that's the thing.
I do it that one person. I just do it.
No, seriously, it's not shade. I just like they're trying to figure out how to get around this without including him in it because
Darius, they laughing at JR.
Oh, because he's messy. I love bro.
Talking about luggage.
Farrah will not be on this tour. No man. Because he does own their name, so it's like, how do we get around this without including him in all the mix?
They can mail your luggage. They can mail your luggage.
Well, she ain't lied.
All about that. Y'all done made this a whole nother scene.
I knew somebody was gonna
she
go
ain't
there.
lie. Like, girl,
I won't go do it.
You don't want work.
Let's get back to the business.
Wait. Real quick, sorry. Remember that special they had, and they had that exchange, and then the next after the commercial break, they had Sail On playing. Sail on down. She said, "Well,
I'm sorry, you got caught up in this.
Sorry, Darius. I'm sorry.
Not serving fish, Dennis. I can't stand any of y'all. But no, I do feel like there have been talks, but they're trying to figure out how do we get around that business part, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to deal with the Matthew stuff, right? And I think that Beyonce has found a clear understanding is, okay, yes, as my father, I love you. You're an amazing father. But in business, I can't do you.
Can't fool with you.
Because unfortunately, you messed up my childhood friends. Like, these are my friends. Like, I love them. And
really,
for years, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of impact. And so now he's like, all right, well, how can we do this without including him into it? Who the hell is Farrah Khan? I'm done. You know what?
Darius, they could do a TLC. Didn't TLC pay Pebbles for the name? Like $1 million a letter?
They paid him out, yeah.
They paid $1 million a letter.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, they could.
They could.
They could.
Yeah.
They could.
They could.
Damn.
But I feel like, okay, but here's the issue with that. This is still my father.
Yep.
Right.
I don't feel like going through all of that with my father.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like as much as I would like to for the embetterment of the bigger picture, I feel gotta
want
see
to
him at
attach. It'd probably
Thanksgiving.
be the attachment
Like,
to
I gotta, this is ridiculous. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to do this. Like,
Mm-mm.
it becomes a lot. And it already probably took her a while because you gotta remember, every girl ended up firing him as their manager.
Yeah, they did.
Mm.
Do they need the name though? Do you think they
Ah,
need the name?
I mean, they could go as
Yes.
what,
DC5.
presenting Beyonce, Michelle, and Kelly? Like, I don't
I mean,
know.
no,
Yeah.
they could go as DC5.
Yes.
Oh, they
could
call
go as
themselves
DC5.
DC3. It's ways you can do Destiny's Child. Like they
It
can do Destiny's
is.
Child and change it
It
to. Well,
is.
let me stop because I won't get back in ideas and then he goddamn take over again. We don't
I know. Love you, man. Love you, man,
Down
for all your
life.
sacrifice. And ain't no beef.
Lord, please, Lord. I'll do it after the show. But y'all, this was just a great, amazing episode,
Iconic.
guys.
This was.
I can't believe we did this 2.5-hour amazing body of work of the 20th
Thank you,
anniversary.
Chastity.
But
Yes,
before y'all do
thank
go,
you,
can y'all make sure y'all give y'all handles out. Camille, you start first, my love. Make sure you see your handles. Let everybody know where to follow you, social media, all that stuff.
Yes. So first things first, thank you for having me. Thank you for checking out me and my sister's episode. That was about, well, the whole episode wasn't about Destiny's Child, but it was our favorite R&B girl groups. And of course I did Destiny's Child. So thank you for listening to that. Thank you for thinking of me for this lovely panel. This was a blast. I had an amazing time. Like, I love anything nostalgic. I love going back and thinking about all the good times. So this was too much fun. So like I mentioned at the top of the episode, my sister and I do have a music podcast called My Sister's Jam. So you can listen to that podcast on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, also on YouTube, or our more recent episodes. We're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but we coming back at some point. So catch up, binge all the old episodes, and then before you finish that, we'll be back. So just don't worry about that. So let's just follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, if that's still your thing. We're on all of those platforms as My Sister's Jam. And I do want to give a little shout out to, we have become part of a nice little community on Instagram of other music content creators. And we call ourselves the Curators Crew. So check out the Curators Crew on Instagram as well. There's just amazing music content coming out all the time from all of these amazing creators, really dope people. So follow them too. And I love this. I loved all. This was so fun. Thank you so much.
Oh, Darius, let people know where to follow you, my love.
Hey guys, you can follow me on IG and TikTok at _Mr. Dress and Rest. Okay, you can follow me on both IG and TikTok. Chastity, again, thank you for this. It's been a while. I had kind of fell back, but this has I didn't realize how much I missed these type of conversations.
Right.
I miss this energy. Brunch Buddies will be coming back. I did take a bit of a hiatus, sabbatical. But this right here, I mean, it just fed my soul so much. And I thank you so much for still doing this and holding these type of spaces. And this has been awesome. So again, guys, follow me at _Mr. Dress and Rest. Thank you, Chastity. And DC5.
Yay! Shawn, let them know where to find you, my love.
You can find me at 90.mood_. 90s_mood_, where I just post a lot of music videos, a lot of lip syncing videos, a lot of interviews,
jamming.
Yeah, it's when you come to my page, it's a full vibe. It's just nothing but positivity. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the music. So also, I might be doing some interviews pretty soon. So on the lookout for that. So yeah, it's just I'm definitely Chastity, I want to say thank you because you definitely you lift my spirits in ways that I can't really explain. You know what I'm saying? So I really, you definitely like, you know, I'm glad that you're still doing what you're doing because we need this. Right. We need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, you have that glue. I feel like you are that glue that brings the people together. So I want to say thank you.
Thank you. So Temujin might love the singer. You know, I'm surprised you ain't hit no notes this episode. I am very
I did the little sailor down.
Well, we was like with that. I was like, you gonna give me an F? You gonna give me a free? I was like, them things. Okay, well, you had me the debut album, so I'm good. So Temujin, let everybody know where to reach you at, my love.
it's Mr. Temujin Scott. It's everything vinyl, positive quotes. I'm sharing and supporting all my musical tribe, everybody from the R&B raps and 90s mood and 90s University and Darius
Yes.
and my sister's Jam when the needle drops. I love all of y'all. Chastity, thank you so much. You know, I call you my beautiful queen. I appreciate it. I have fun.
I
But yeah,
did.
Yeah.
Mr.
I
Temujin Scott.
did. I
Mhm.
love you guys so much. And guys, I'm so blessed and honored to have you guys celebrate this beautiful
Love
body of work.
you.
A lot of people don't know how much Destiny Child means to me because everybody knows I'm a big, huge Brandy fan, but Destiny Child holds the same weight
Oh
as well.
yes.
But for this panel I had right here, this was just a beautiful moment for me. I love all you guys, and I had the greatest time. This lifted my spirit up in so many ways you just do not understand.
Yes.
But for me alone right here, Destiny Fulfilled will always be the album that catapulted everything for our girls and then some. So guys,
Yeah.
thank you
Love
so
it.
much for this beautiful episode we did of the Destiny Fulfilled 20th anniversary. Woo! And
Woo!
more years to come. Lord have mercy. We finally
Yes.
reached 20. But not even that, y'all make sure to support our girls, support everything of girl groups and everything of all the music creators and the content creators that have joined me tonight. But other than that, y'all, we are done. Peace.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.